Good morning, everyone, and welcome into an episode of Morning Ritual. This is our TTRPG talk show, where we occasionally talk about TTRPGs. I'm one of your hosts, Anita, and I realize that I'm in Noir spot, so let's just switch that around, shall we? Down here is... You muted
That's
yourself.
it's my turn to talk now. Hey everybody, I'm Noir. I go by Hive. Yep, I haven't had my coffee yet. So we're just gonna pass it on down to our lovely guest. What's up, Lily?
Hi, good morning. It's morning. I too have some coffee. I wish I had made more, but And yes, I use she, they pronouns, and I'm excited to be here on this amazing channel that so many of my friends are involved with. So, yay.
I still don't know how we're duping people to come here, but it's, you know what? We're just gonna keep it going.
Good people bringing good people. That's just the good people karma, especially in the TTRPG space.
We can use all the good karma in the TTRPG spaces that we can right now. So I believe we have a advertisement that we read at the start of our shows now, right?
That is correct. We are sponsored for the next little bit by our friends over at Metal Weave Games. They are currently running a Kickstarter that is starting. I just realized that the mic went fuzzy on me. They're currently running a... There we go.
Gorgon coming in.
Yeah. They're currently running a Kickstarter starting on June 14th for libations. And I am going to just throw the link. Is that it? Or is it libations? Or is it sponsor? There it is. Libations is a collection of mystical concoctions, alcohol, spirits, teas, coffee, mixtures, admixtures, and brews to inspire and delight you, and add a little bit of flair to your next D&D game. They aren't actually presented as mechanics or rules to impart in the game, but they're just something that adds a little bit more flavor and flair to your setting. Which reminds me that I completely also forgot to add the link to the Kickstarter launch page, because that is a thing that is happening now. But because I am a consummate professional, I am just going to talk into this microphone until I eventually can get to my chat from my phone and paste the link into chat. There
Improvisation is the key to professionalism. I've learned.
We have done this show 60 plus times and we still don't know what the fuck we're doing, and I love that.
I know the feeling.
But while we're getting that set up, it's good to have you with us, Lily. I've been wanting to have you on for a bit now. I had the chance to play, I think we've had one game together. No, we had two. Yeah, we had two.
Because we had Call of Cthulhu, which is great.
Love that.
And then we had the second one?
The Josh Simons game we played together.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the system because my memory is shot from all the marijuana.
Me too.
Hell yeah, buddy. Very pro-strong.
Who was running it? Josh was running it,
Josh
right?
it was on Josh's channel. I can't remember.
It was probably 5e.
I think it was 5e. You know what?
Was it the Disney Villains game? Were you a Disney villain?
I don't remember being a Disney villain. I would have loved that though. What Disney villain have you played? Because now you got me curious.
In the Disney villain game, I played Gaston, who was the female Gaston.
Gaston.
Yeah.
If y'all did at least come up with a few lyrics of the Gaston song, I would be upset. I was about to be pissed off.
No one flex like Gaston. No one pecks like Gaston. No one's neck's as incredibly sexy as Gaston. I don't know if those are the exact lyrics.
You know what? That's good enough for me. It's so. Here's the thing with this show, and it has remained true for literally every guest. We start this show and it is a clusterfuck every time, but then somehow we manage to find our way into good conversation.
Into a talk show.
Right,
Almost.
That must be how all talk shows are, I think.
Oh, I mean, some never get to a point. I'm looking at you,
That's
Jimmy
true.
Fallon. I don't know why, but I'm picking a fight with all the late night show Jimmys today.
Also, to the audience, if anyone's wondering why I keep looking over there, it's because I'm currently babysitting a puppy. So I'm just constantly doing a puppy check off camera.
And you might notice that Anita is in my normal streaming setup and I am in space. That's because I'm in my bedroom in a makeshift production studio that I made this morning.
Yeah, we did.
It looks good.
Hey, I'm proud of myself.
Listen, we did a really good job.
You're in your space.
You did a very good job, actually, because I was busy setting up the overlays because I lost literally everything.
Oh no!
So I had to recreate the overlays from scratch this morning.
Oh gosh!
This has been a clusterfuck so far, and I'm proud of us.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of our own fault. We stayed up real late playing a game called Return to Dark Tower. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
It's so fun.
Don't play if your partner wants to steal resources from you, however.
We wound up fixing it at the end, and we won by the skin of our teeth. You did most of the work, I will admit, but I was the one that brought out the enemy. That was my contribution.
It looked really cool. I showed it to my husband because he was literally like around in the 80s, has like a functioning being. I was like, did you play this? And he was like, yeah, it looks familiar. I was like, we should get it again.
Get it. It's so much fun. That game kicks your ass.
And the art,
it looks very cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And the characters are like, you get 4 different heroes that you can choose from. And
that's the end of their free advertisement.
That's the end of their free advertisement for Restoration Games. But my my ADHD / OCD was very happy with how they've laid out everything in the box. That was my joy last night. Was I got to punch out all the chips. Like that's my favorite part of any board game is being able to punch out all the chips and organize it. And like I was given like a good opportunity to get everything organized and in place, and like they have a diagram of how you should lay it out. Anyways, I'm done. That's
that. I have like board game trauma because I grew up an only child that loved board games.
Oh no!
And so I was also a very spoiled only child. So all of the board games were purchased for me. However, then there was nobody to play them with. So I played many board games by myself. I am like so good at solo Scrabble. Can you not, Doug? He's like trying to like attack my cat through the door. Like I can hear them, like his nose is like under the door and I can hear my cat hissing on the other side of the door. And it's like, cat, you just go away from the door. And dog, I can't do it. There's too many animals here now. I'm overloaded.
All right, so Lily, not a druid.
Unless you count all that weed I smoke.
There you go.
But I've always felt like more of a bard myself. I used to play druid. That was like my main class. It used to be, but I think bards and sorcerers, charisma-based classes
I
are
swear
where
to
I'm
God,
at.
I feel like there's a druid to bard and a bard to druid pipeline. Like everybody I know that started one way always ends up in the other, and I don't know why.
Everybody has a bard phase, and everybody it's kind of like a hoe phase. Everyone has a bard phase.
How fucking dare you?
I didn't come on this show to be called out, like
right?
this.
I'm leaving. This is bullshit. Hey, Kay. So let's kind of get into you a little bit, Lily. Let's tell me about your journey.
That's what they said during my hoe phase.
All right, we're not topping that. That's been the show, everybody.
Sorry, you had an actual question?
No, I was just going to say we're not topping that. Is what they told me in high school. So, Christ. Oh, this finna get wild today. I was gonna say, tell us about your journey into the TTRPG space. Like, how did that start for you?
Yeah, it's a fun journey, actually. It's a good story. So do you want the extra weedy story or just the regular G-rated one that I tell most talk shows?
Listen to me. I've got my grinder right here. There's never a time where I don't want the weed version.
Yes, this is why we're friends, Noir.
Exactly.
Among many other reasons. But
I'm gonna smoke you out one day. I swear to God.
yes, we will talk about meeting up in person after this. But yes, that has to happen. But yeah, essentially, I was working for a corporate cannabis company, which sounds pretty fun. And it
sounds fucking awesome.
A lot of it was very, very, very fun. But then a lot of it was dealing with like Toronto Bay Street lawyers and like finance people, and just like constantly being in this like very extra corporate world. And then I decided I was tired of that. And so I was going to therapy to deal with the burnout from my corporate weed job, which just doesn't sound like a thing that should be a thing. You know, why am I burning out trying to market weed products to people? Like, it didn't make sense. So in therapy, my therapist was like, have you tried like making friends, like actual friends with a hobby, instead of just like sleeping with everyone you meet on Tinder? And I was like, what a concept, what an idea. What are these hobbies that people make friends in? And he's like, I don't know, you could take a look at Meetup. There's lots of groups. There's, you know, people are doing this thing now called Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, Dungeons and the Dragons, I have heard of this. I played this once in high school. I liked that. I'm gonna do that. So my first week of that, I signed up for like 3 tabletop meetup groups in Toronto, and then like did all of them. It was like, I freaking love this. And then the next week I signed up for like 5 games. And then like the next week after that, I was like, I'm quitting my job because I just want to play tabletop games. So bye. And then I did.
I have so many questions. First off, how do you match with people on Tinder? No, I'm just kidding.
I am an Asian woman. In Toronto.
You know what? That's fair.
It was yeah. There was a really great overlap of time here because Uber Eats had just come out during my Toronto Tinder Ho days. So when Uber Eats first came out, if you referred someone to Uber Eats, you got a free meal, and then you also got a free meal for later. So I'd match with people on Tinder and be like, yo, do you have Uber Eats yet? And they'd be like, no. I'd be like, yo, I'm getting dinner for us tonight. I refer them, we get free dinner. And then I went home and I got my own free dinner away from that person. It was amazing.
Yo, nothing but respect for you on that one. That's called playing the game.
Ultimate combo.
Oh my God. No, that's fucking awesome. Like I would describe my whole phase, but it was very sad. It was a whole.
I've never had a hoe phase.
It was a whole attempt.
I mean, hoe attempts are the best kind.
You know, I don't know why, but I had no idea you were in Canada. Why are all the cool people in Canada? I would get real sick of it.
I'm in Virginia now.
Okay.
I got my social security number. I have my green card interview on Wednesday. So I am almost living in America. I don't get to become an American until like 20 years past the green card process, but in the process.
I mean, congratulations, and also I'm sorry.
Thank you. I embody all of that.
No, Kate wants to know if we were supposed to actually ever leave the hoe phase.
Oh, well, I'm doing another attempt at the whole face, so we'll see how it goes.
Yes, live your best whole life. This is a message for all of you out there. Live your best whole life.
Hey, just so we're clear, polyamory means doing your whole phase with your partner, so you both are in your whole phase at the same time.
I love that.
Oh my God! So you kind of tripped and landed into the TTRPG scene. Like, I have to ask you, like, what was it that made, like, what was the thing that made you go, I want to do this full time?
I didn't even really realize it was a thing I could do full time. Like I had no idea what I'm quitting my job to play D&D all the time meant. I just thought it literally meant I would just play D&D all the time. And then like, I don't know how I was going to make money. I had enough money from the company that I was like, okay for a little bit, but I was just like, I don't want to be, I want to do something that makes me happy. That was the beginning of me being like, I want to do shit that makes me happy, like genuinely happy, not just making me a bunch of money so I can buy things so I can pretend that I'm happy. Although I still do that, but who doesn't?
No,
so, yeah.
you're telling my story to me right now. I love it.
I mean, it kind of seems like from a lot of what I've talked to with people in the TTRPG space, it's a pretty common story of people being like, I discovered this thing, it brought me joy, and then I just wanted more joy. So I just kept hitting that button. And then, you know, when you play TTRPG long enough, you realize that like, not all of the tabletop games will bring you joy, but then it's just more of a discovery of like, what does bring me joy and who am I? What kind of player am I? What kind of GM am I? You know, it is a journey.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of the fun I have at bad tables is telling the story to my friends. Like, you will not believe the fucking shit this GEO just made me do. And then we tell those stories on here, so it's great.
Yes. We can dish.
Oh my god. And I mean, I do love this community. I mean, this week has been rocky. We're not going to get into details, but it's kind of like, you know, it's good to see a community that can police itself to some extent. And you know, I think that's another reason that I liked it, because I don't know about you, but in corporate America, there was like no policing. It was just like, if you had a shitty person in a high position, they just had that position. You just kind of had to deal with
they owned the company. That shitty person.
Yeah, there was really nothing you could fucking do at that point. So I think that's another reason, like, why so many people end up in the TTRPG space like that, because, you know, you can't take down a CEO, but you can take down a TTRPG celebrity, it seems. So
and I mean, we are all trained essentially by TTRPG to fight the baddies, right? You know, like, we are all here to overcome the opposition, whatever that may be, while also, you know, talking about our personal boundaries, or at least we should at tabletop games. Talking about our personal boundaries and like enforcing them. So it really is all just part of the culture that is being built in this community.
It feels like the community itself is growing, like it's becoming more mature. And what I notice is that oftentimes we don't stick up for ourselves, but we will turn into ravenous raccoons if you fuck with one of our friends. So I think the next step in this space is just for people to stand up for themselves the same way that we stand up for each other.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. That's just good, like, life advice in general. I think I was having like a brain spark the other day because I realized that the internet, mainstream internet, has really only started like in my lifetime, which is like 30 years. And then like social media has really only been around for like maybe 20 of those years ish, approximately, depending on where you count it started from. All of this shit is so brand new. So brand new. None of us know, like, our human brains cannot process that, like, this is a whole, like, what do we do with all this information we are being given with everyone's opinions and feelings and stories? God, like, it's so much to process. So that's why I'm like, I will take this at little bits at a time.
Like I'm guilty of drinking too deep from the well. I've had 3 jobs now in the TTRPG community as well, like big boy, like almost corporate American jobs, where you get to see how the sausage is made. And I mean, there are some things that you just can't escape when it comes to work.
Mhm.
So like, I mean, I'm also seeing behind the veil of this whole community thing that when dollars and cents come into play, people start wilding the fuck out. So yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. But you know, other than TTRPGs, how you spend your time? Like, what other hobbies you get yourself into to kind of get away from this space when you need it?
Yeah. It's funny, interesting, because in the past year I've been exploring a lot more like non-TTRPG things because I just want to do more things that make me happy. I work out, I do yoga and cardio kickboxing. I recently published a web novel.
Oh shit. What's the name?
Which it's called Sonder Ex Machina. Shout out to my buddy Wes, who named my web novel because I couldn't think of a name for it. And it is a dystopian kind of sci-fi story about a world where your societal ranking is based on like the rating of your relationships with people. And so it has just turned into this like very discombobulated society where people are just like hooking up with people just to get a better rating, or like, you know, like just trying as hard as they can to just get the best rating possible, and like being at the top with this great rating, but like not really vibing with the person that you're like rated with and whatever. So I just wanted to have a really complicated gay love story. And that's the short tagline of my novel. And then I also do resin crafting stuff. I have here on my table to fidget with a fidget spinner and a die.
Like, did you say you made those?
Yeah,
Oh,
the resin stuff.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
These ones are, you know, cast offs of things I'm not selling, but one day I will sell resin things again. Yeah.
I don't have a crafty bone in my body, so I'm thoroughly jealous.
It was like, you know, when they tell you about making dice looked really intimidating from the outside. And then I got into it and I was like, this ain't so bad. And then I got into it and I was like, yeah, this is really intimidating still from the inside. Like, and the dice makers, they just keep getting better and better and better with all these new things that they're doing. And I'm like,
liquid core, the inclusions, and
it's a lot. It's very scary. So I just try not to look at the other dice makers and I just make my own little dice.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are hecka talented. And again, it's like the TTRPG space is so new. I remember when handmade dice makers were still like modeling their dice after Chessex and like just using Chessex dice to mold them. And now everyone has they have custom dice shapes.
They're putting shit in the dice now.
Everything.
What the
everything? Fuck? $1 million dice Kickstarters. Like, what a world to be alive in. What a time to be alive.
Just Kickstarter in general is fucking wild.
I think now is like the best time for you to be a nerd with money.
Yes.
Right now. Like, I don't think that there's a better time in history for you to be a nerd with money. Because if you want something, there's a market for that.
And more people are becoming nerds. Therefore, there are more nerds with money.
Exactly.
Therefore, the nerds with money buy the nerdy things with their money. And more nerds are like, I can make money by selling things to the nerds with money. And it's a nice little nerd economy we got going on here, huh?
I mean, it's really strange to see nerds with money. Because like, yeah, I always let's see what my old boss used to say, don't shop, you know, don't shop for the customer with your own wallet. Like, so I'm looking at some of the things people are buying online and I'm like, how the fuck are you spending like a couple of grand on dice? How the fuck do you do that? But you know what? Hey, shout out to y'all with money. Please let me know how you did that. And please give me some.
Exactly.
Give it to me.
Give please.
Honestly, that was like when I did OnlyFans for the year of 2020, when like everyone did OnlyFans, that was very much my mindset. I was like, how do you have so much money to buy this video? Like, okay, give me that money, but like, I am wondering about your lifestyle choices.
if only if you don't mind me asking, I have to ask, can you compare your OnlyFans experience with your TTRPG experience? Because I have a theory. That it's a circle.
Yeah, can you go deeper on that? What you mean by that comparison?
So the people that follow for TTRPG and the people that follow for OnlyFans, like, are there the same amount of assholes to good people ratio? Like, I have a feeling that no matter what you do on this space, whenever you're in front of a camera, whether it be to tell a story or whether it's to do sex work, I have a feeling that the ratio of assholes to decent people remains relatively the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know firsthand because I have 3 followers on my OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. But I'm very curious.
I'm here for the plum content.
Well, what I will say is that I actually didn't have any assholes on the OnlyFans. I had some dicks, but that's just because of the dick rating thing that they do on OnlyFans, where they're like, here's $5, look at my dick and tell me what you think. I loved writing dick reviews, man. I wrote them like my Amazon reviews. And
that requires a level of bravery I do not have. I mean,
they want it.
I'm very curious. Like, if it's a bad dick, do you tell them, or like, did they spend the money? So you're like, I'm gonna bump it up a number. Like,
I never met a bad dick before.
Oh.
I don't consider the bad dicks. You know, a dick is a dick is a dick. It really only goes in one direction and has like one look. So.
Listen, I know some people out here with dick hubris that don't deserve it.
Y'all don't feel bad about your dicks. A dick is a dick is a dick.
Holly Secrets just said customers who bought dick ratings also bought recommendations.
Exactly.
Dick hubris.
So you say that you don't plan the topics for this show, huh? But yeah, like, so I never really encountered anyone who's like a jerk through OnlyFans, you know? Everyone was incredibly respectful, like super, very, very, very nice. And a bunch of them kept paying me even when I stopped posting. And I thought that was extra, super, very, very, very nice, of course. And then like, yeah, I mean, I'm like, you know, because when you asked me that question in the beginning about like that guy, you know, like those guys in TTRPG, it's like, yeah, I've met some people that I am maybe not a fan of, or like some DM styles that I'm not a fan of, but I don't think anyone's really been like an asshole that I've like actually met. There have been some people that like just called me out on Twitter for whatever, and then I just kind of blocked them. So I'm like, I didn't really meet you and you didn't really like affect me, but I guess you do exist and you're there. But you know, otherwise.
You know what? I think you're too chill to be bothered by assholes, and that is the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen. Because I'm,
you know, like one of my coping mechanisms for just all of the social media and the internet and being exposed to like everyone all at once. I just picture myself as like a Victorian lady walking down the street, you know, and everyone is yelling their opinions at me. And I'm just like, I cannot be bothered. And like my mantra is just people are complicated. Like, people are complicated, not to forgive them for being assholes, but like you probably have a very complicated story about why you're an asshole or like why you're being an asshole right now and such. So I'm just like, people are complicated. I'm complicated and I cannot be bothered.
You have reached superhuman levels of empathy, and I aspire to that level, because like I get, like, some days I'm chill, but some days somebody will say something to me and it'll linger in my head for like days, and I'm like, motherfucking get the fuck.
I just really hated that feeling of, I can think of like one specific person on Twitter that like I really do not like and have had blocked for a while. And like every time I think about like him or whatever their pronouns, I'm pretty sure that's he, him affecting me, I'm like, I don't even know you, dude. I would not even give you the time of day if I saw you in my face. So why are you here in my head? Nah, I've like reached the level of empathy where it becomes apathy. That's what it is. I'm so empathetic that I can be apathetic about it. Like,
Holy
We've
shit.
come full circle.
exactly.
You need to teach lessons on this, because I swear to God, some people say the right thing on the wrong day, and it's just like, oh man, I'm ready to fight, I'm ready to murder. But that's such a better way of handling it. Like, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? Like, come say that to my face. Come say that to my real life face and see what I think of you. It's, I think somebody told me once, it's like, imagine that some random person just walked up to you in the street and said that to you, like, would you let it affect you? Or would you be like, you're crazy, you don't know me, go away?
I would let it affect me.
Oh, no, I know. They don't matter. You matter. Your space matters.
That's true. Yeah, I've got something to aspire to now. I'm gonna be practicing that.
I also paid for like thousands of dollars of therapy, so I will
there you go.
preface it with that. It helps. Yeah.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I've only paid for a couple $100 of therapy.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if like the government paid for me to be a better person? I don't know. Yeah,
I was just telling Nina, I don't think I've been to the doctor since I was 13.
Right? That is unfortunately a very American thing that I have
USA.
Like, all of you are terrified of like the professionals that are here to supposedly help you.
The government pay for things?
I feel like
care about me.
I feel like our chat is just full of Canadians dunking on us, right?
Oh, I don't know. Your siblings here too.
Oh, hey, what's up, Joey? Joey goes, we're in the fight me in real life in the parking lot of 7-Eleven era. Healthcare is fake. Doctor is a conspiracy. Why does he take my blood? Where is he taking it? Give it back. Listen, you're not fit to come here and be funnier than me on chat than I am on the actual show, Joey. Check yourself. So, what TTRPG projects are you up to right now? Or you got anything cooking in the background that you can tell us about?
I have something, but I cannot talk about it. But I'm very excited about it, and it'll be coming out in September or October. So keep an eye out for that. It's one of those projects that I'm terrified to say, but like everyone's gonna see it. Like this is not going to be an under the rug project. So see you then. I'm going to a different state next week to do the thing. So it'll be pretty cool.
Y'all heard it here first. Lily's going to be on Critical Role.
No, but kind of almost a little bit cooler than Critical Role.
Oh shit. I'm going to stop talking now before I accidentally guess it.
But yeah, so I have that. And I mean, like, I really, I think 2020, so one of the things to know about me for anyone who's curious is that I have this thing called borderline personality disorder. So we talked about my empathy going into apathy. That's literally just the BPD cycle of where my emotions spike so high that I have to stop giving a shit because otherwise my brain will explode. So that kind of happened in 2020. I had so much anger. I was so angry at everyone. I was making so many angry posts, so anger. And then it just got to the point where I was like, I'm tired. I don't have any more sparks for anger. I'm just going to rest for a really long time. So I've spent basically a year now just running games for Magpie and not doing anything else in TTRPG. Basically, I just took a whole step back and was like, I feel safe with this company and these people that are involved with these company, and it's a good space for me, and that whole thing is, y'all do it over there, that's fine. I'm happy for you, but I'm not gonna be there. So I haven't done anything really.
I mean, hey, you do your thing. With your Magpie games, because I'm wondering, have you been running Mask? Have you been running Avatar?
Avatar has now become my favorite TTRPG to run. It was super stressful at first, but really like it now.
I had a similar reaction at first. I was like, "There's so much in this. Why is there so much in this?" And then I ran my first 3-shot for Magpie, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I can see how this actually all comes together. This is amazing."
Yeah, it is a lot of words at first, but then you kind of get into it and you realize like, I can just sort of ignore those words for now and I'll do this first. And like the main thing I tell like brand new people is like, just like don't even look at all those rules. Just like describe what you want to do and I'll point you to the role if it needs a role, because most of the time it doesn't even need a role. But yeah, and masks. This is my masks group. They were the first Magpie game I ever ran, and we've been playing now for almost 2 years. And this is them.
That's freaking awesome.
I'm a sweet beans.
I personally took a break from running Avatar. There's a moment in time where the rules for combat like completely shifted, and I was just like, I'm lost. I took a break.
The combat is so like, I still struggle with combat because it's like gotta make it cinematic and like exciting, but like also there's a million things to read, but also there's
like so many statuses now, but like it makes sense when you like get it. It just takes a while to get it.
Exactly. And like we can just like between all of us and our live stream audience, right? Like some of those early on Avatar players were kind of right, you know. A bit of some interesting people came in through there.
Calcium benders, anybody?
I would just say I had an experience at a table, not for any particular company, not for any particular game, where I was playing with a doctor who was trying to use science to tell me all the ways that their particular abilities could instantly kill someone. And I had to tell them to chill.
Yeah,
it was very uncomfortable because they were getting into the science of how this would murder a person.
And it's like, that's fine, but that also means that everyone else with those abilities can murder you. So if that's the precedent that you're setting, why don't I just kill your character and you get out of my game? I'm just kidding. We don't do that, Magpie. We don't never do that.
Never. That's okay. Kate left.
Yeah, we do that. We do that shit real good.
I'm sure my Magpie mom would empathize anyway.
I mean, God bless Kate for dealing with a lot of.
Shout out to Kate.
Yeah, Kate deserves all the praise in the world because we really did get an influx of people that were brand new to the hobby, and oh boy, they had to learn table etiquette real quick. So, you know, we're shout out to the people that had to learn, but good God.
And shout out to the people who were brand new and just were awesome right from the back.
Yeah.
Like, met many of those people also.
A lot of those people were amazing. Like some of the people that just came in with like no knowledge of TTRPGs. I know that some of the people that were at my table came up with some of like the most innovative and creative solutions, like having never played a TTRPG before.
Absolutely. And they always start off like, hi, I'm brand new to tabletop games. So like if I do anything wrong, just let me know. And by the end of the game, they're like, okay, I walk up to that Fire Nation soldier and I use my water bending and I whip him across the face. And you're like, yeah, okay, welcome to tabletop. We get it. And just like shout out to Avatar also, because like I have never in my life met so many brand new to TTRPG. Like I've never seen another game that has brought in so many new people to just like spark their interest. I met a lot of these players that were like, yeah, I heard of D&D, but it didn't really get me. But then I saw Avatar Kickstarter and I was like, what? And like a lot of diversity in the new players as well. Like more Asian women that I have ever met in my life in TTRPG have come in through Avatar, and I'm like, yes,
So
yes.
I actually had a group who consisted of uh a mom and her 4 kids, and her kids got her the ticket as a birthday gift.
I
And
love that.
she came in so freaking shy. I remember she played a waterbender because the Fire Nation's too mean. When I tell you this is the most savage person I've ever seen at the table, she was like, "Can I freeze his pants? Not him, his pants." And I'm like, "Yeah." He runs and then trips and falls out of his pants. She's like, "Good, now he's vulnerable." I'm like,
It's such oh.
Yes, exactly.
More shoddy. Shout out to the people that signed up and thought it was a video game.
Yes, yes, a lot of those would probably be a pretty cool video game.
I mean, I think there's been a couple of attempts at Avatar video game. They
not hidden. This game hits.
This game hits. And I think what I really liked about my time running Avatar, especially during that period, was you could kind of tell people who live their life without having any use for their imagination. And then like they're in this space where all that matters is their imagination. And it for me, like on average, it took like 10 to 15 minutes for them to realize that whatever they imagined happened, like mattered. And once they grab that concept of I can literally think of anything, it's just like the look in their eyes was like, it was priceless every fucking time.
It's the moment when people like discover the actual true magic of TTRPGs.
Yes.
I mean, because I had a conversation with somebody. They were just like, "You have no idea how often my ideas get shot down. This was wonderful." And I'm like, "That's the saddest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life."
I've never had anyone listen to my ideas the way you do, darling. Get better people in your life.
I'm like, for real. That's all Dungeons and Dragons is. Find a group.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I think back to the time when I was in corporate America, and I was like, well, shit, my ideas didn't go anywhere either, so it makes sense.
I was literally a director of digital marketing. Like my job was to direct the digital marketing, and yeah, didn't matter. Nobody listened to me. It's fine. What am I here for? I guess I'll just smoke all these weed samples we got, whatever.
What's it like to live my dream? I mean, it kind of showed, to me, it also kind of showed the disparity in our society, because it was often women of color or femme presenting individuals that had that revelation of, oh my God, my imagination matters. And it was like straight white dudes that would come in, balls on the table, like, what I want to have happen is gonna happen, god damn it.
Oh my God. That just evoked such a vivid image in my head of like the classic D&D table. Someone's behind a DM screen and then one of the players comes up, they drop their miniatures and then they just put their balls right on the table.
Right there.
Like, unzip, plop. This is happening. Yeah.
The fight I got into the most was there is a playbook in Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think it's the successor that says that a successor can get 2 types of talents. So like talents are like water bending, are the bending stuff, and then it's like weaponry or technology and that kind of stuff. And he goes, I'm gonna be a fire airbender. And I'm like, wait, now hold on. That's against the rules. He was like, no, the rules say right here I get to grab 2. And I'm like, well, the rules also say that one person can only have one type of vending unless they're the fucking avatar.
Yes, you know, that thing in the world that we're playing based on, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. My favorite fight was it hasn't happened again. So how I met my good buddy Wes is because he was actually a player in one of my Avatar games, and it was like a campaign game. And there is just like one guy where eventually Wes and I would just kind of look at each other because this guy never missed a roll ever. Never did not have one single miss the entire time. This was back when I still let people play with physical dice. I don't do that anymore. Now it's all electronic dice. It got to the point where it was so blatant where I was just like, wow, that's funny, player. You haven't missed an entire roll like this all these sessions. And he was like, yeah, I guess I must have like really good luck. I was like, I guess so. And then like Wes straight up just like added a dice roller to his camera screen. Like it showed up like right here, like all of his dice roll. And he was like, I'm just gonna do this. I was like, I see you. I see you. We're friends now. Yeah, I get it. I see what you did there.
I mean, the magic of Powered by the Apocalypse is like, it's really great when you lose.
I know.
Fun shit happens, but yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And it's always the ones that say like, I always DM, like I'm always the DM. And I was like, so you're used to being in control. So that's why you don't want to miss any of your rolls.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
Failures where plot happens, though, and I think not enough people realize that.
That's what I love about Powered by the Apocalypse, you know, is that I like the misses more than I like the successes. And like I did a post about that the other day that I was like, am I weird for getting more excited about nat ones than like nat 20s? And someone's like, I can tell you're a forever DM. And I was like, you can tell I play Powered by the Apocalypse because even in D&D, I get more excited about nat ones than nat 20s, you know, like I love brutally failing things. It's much more entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, because then you have to dig your way out. If everything goes your way, then it's just like, well, I did that.
Yeah.
But you know, if you try to like, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about that one guy that I got into like a 20-minute argument with about you can't have more than what you
like the trainees can influence each other. Like a lava bender is like an earth/fire bender, but like it also specifically says you can't be a lava bender. Like that's some extra special shit. We were playing
in Kyoshi age.
No.
It was the lava bending.
No.
It didn't exist yet.
No.
Oh, I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to fight him so bad.
And that's when like it's like also I'm the GM. Like, stop arguing with me.
Right?
I am the world. You must bow before me.
Oh yeah, I do love the people that didn't check in on what their DM looked like. They just kind of got a ticket. Because you can kind of tell the folks that are just like, I'm not gonna take orders from the likes of you. And I'm like, yeah, the fuck you are.
Yes, you fucking
Are you gonna get away from this motherfucking table?
Are we gonna have a problem here?
Your character lives because I will it. Don't forget your place, boy. I never said that.
That was recorded.
Oh god,
it's live.
I am the land every year.
Yes, I mean, we'll say though, I met some amazing people.
Yeah,
just for the record, but
hell yeah,
yes,
I made some really good friends. I actually have more. I actually connected more when I was playing Mask with people than Avatar, though. I just, there's something about Mask that is just like, it brings my type of people to the table.
Love Masks.
Oh, it's so good.
The players that play Masks are, they can get very intense, especially if you're not used to the system, I noticed. Because I was when I was GMing Masks a few times that I did, it was there was a lot of people that were very much more rules lawyer-y than in the other things, especially since like Avatar is so new, right? So people didn't really have time to know all the rules perfectly backwards and forwards. So it's just an interesting like little
I came up
disparity.
with an amazing Masks character that I'm never going to get to play because I never get to play Masks, but I really want to. Picture this, the Doomed, but it's Will from Stranger Things. So you just have a Demogorgon alternate dimension evil living inside of you. And that comes out every once in a while. That's my
I've never watched Stranger Things.
Are we done? What? Why? Okay, why? I guess why.
Okay, I watched 3 episodes of the first season, and I think I might be the only person on the planet that went, I hate this show.
Wow. What did you hate about it?
Like, I get that it's like 80s nostalgia bait and whatnot, but I just can't stand how they treat the black kid. Like, it just it bothers me. I'm just like, I think I saw a scene where they were doing like Ghostbusters or some shit, and they were just like, well, you gotta be this way, and I'm just like, I'm out. I can't do it. I can't do this. So yeah, I watched it and I was like, I don't love this.
Very fair, actually, because it is like, it's interesting because the first time I watched it through, I didn't see some of the like subtle things that they were doing with that, but now I'm watching it through a second time and it's like there is a whole subplot of racism in the second season that I just didn't even clue into until I was watching with my husband. He's like, damn, that kid's racist. And I was like, oh my God, it is about that. Like, because it's like, this eldritch horror show, but like there's so many themes about it of just like growing up and like growing up specifically in the 80s. And I will say you are missing out on one of the best characters in the show though, because Lucas's little sister Erica is fucking treasure. Like, she is amazing, and some of these things do get addressed. What
is Lucas the black kid? Okay,
yeah, his sister's amazing. And some of these things do get addressed, and there is proper justice done to the characters, and there is some education and learning that happens as well. But yeah, I definitely can see how that is. And of course, I'm always sitting there like, there is one Asian character in this show, and she's the girlfriend of the science teacher. I don't think there's a single
Asian character in the show. But...
Asian people didn't exist in the 80s. It's a well-known fact.
Documented.
We don't exist anywhere, according to Hollywood, so it's fine.
If this is the one thing me and my sibling Joy agree on, is that we just, I mean, I'm kind of curious because apparently there's a character called Vecna, and like, okay, that's kind of getting the D&D nerd in me a little bit.
Well,
apparently the way to foil this person, spoiler alert, I guess, for somebody that's not
watching. Wait, is this season 4?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Oh, okay. Then never mind.
I'll take out my headphones.
It's a meme where it's just like, to defeat Vecna, you gotta play a song somebody likes or something. I don't know, but you're good. Yeah, but
just gonna not look at those captions on the other screen.
Butts. There.
Yeah. Perfect. Spoiler avoided.
Oh, like, now that you mention it though, I'm trying to think of an 80s movie that has an Asian character in it. And
the Bruce Lee movies.
All of the ones I can think of are fucking...
It's because the Asian character was always the plucky sidekick, like short round and
love interest and bad guy.
Yeah, short round in Indiana Jones.
Fuck that kid Goonies. So bad. I'm short round. Oh,
yo, but he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. He made a comeback.
Came back
to be. He was directing for a while, and then he stepped away from Hollywood, and then apparently he saw Crazy Rich Asians and was like, Asian people are a thing again. I should get back into acting, and then did Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Who is he in Everything Everywhere? Is he the husband?
Yeah.
Oh, he kicks ass.
Right? I haven't actually seen it yet.
I still need to see it.
3 hours is a big movie commitment for me, but yeah.
It's so good.
I know.
It's so good, and
so
they took a character from me. The Red Queen's in it, and I'm very upset. The Red Queen is one of my like premier villains, and she's in it. And I'm like, well, fuck.
Rude.
I still need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
It is they're having digital viewings, so you can pay to watch it. It's really good.
I was like so set on seeing this movie. I was like, I will go to the matinee and see this movie by myself. But then I was like, 3 hours is such a time sink.
That's a long time.
I have a lot of things I can do in 3 hours.
Doesn't feel like it though.
Yeah,
the thing.
That's what people say, but I still gotta find 3 hours. I think like right now my whole brain is just occupied with this green card interview next week, and like the background of my brain is just constantly going, you don't do drugs, Lily. You've never done drugs. You don't do drugs. You don't have a drug problem. No, you've never worked for a drug company, because that's just like what I have to tell them. Which is true, because I don't do drugs.
Delete this VOD.
Well, weed's not a drug in my opinion. So honestly, I don't do drugs. So yeah, but then like after next week, it just feels like a whole new world of like all the things I'm going to do when this is not like weighing down on my brain and crushing me underneath it. Yay! American immigration processes.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yeah. The fun part is though, I did my medical exam this week where they go to like make sure that you're like a medically sound person for America or whatever. And I was stressing about it because this was also going to be an interview where I had to tell them I don't do drugs, because if it goes on that, then they say in the green card interview, etc. And so I like go in, I'm like doing my whole thing. I'm like, I don't do drugs. I wait there for an hour and 40 minutes. And then they're like, okay, the doctor can see you. And I was like, okay, great. I go in, I'm like, I don't do drugs. The doctor's like, sign this piece of paper. And I was like, okay. And then I signed it and he was like, okay, you're all set. Go away. And I was like, wait, what? And I like looked through the report, and where it says like drug or substance abuse, it already said no. It said mental illness issues. It said no. And I was like, this doctor just straight up looked at me and was like, nah, you're fine. I don't even care. I'm not even going to ask you. Like, you're fine.
Welcome to America, baby.
I was kind of offended. I was like, they could be letting in all kinds of people here.
Hey. How's it feel to have America not give a shit about you for the first time?
It feels great. I feel just like I'm one of the masses now. I can just go and buy my supersized McDonald's and then go pump gas at a gas station where the gas pumps advertise things to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh God.
Is that not a thing in Canada?
No.
You know what else is not a thing in Canada? Everyone telling you their goddamn life story and all their opinions on their bumpers. Apparently this is also just a Virginia thing, but like around here, you can be driving down the highway and just know everything about everyone. You can know the entire makeup of their family. You can know their political beliefs. You can know their religious beliefs. Like it is just all in their license plate and their bumper stickers. And it's like, I didn't want
my kid is an honor student at West Side High.
Yes, lawn signs are huge here. Americans just want everyone to know their opinions.
All right, you know what? I kind of want to get into this because like me and Anita found a cultural difference the other day when Anita made a breakfast sandwich and I offered jelly.
It's good. Like,
are you familiar with jelly on breakfast sandwiches?
Only because Anita just told me about it.
What the fuck is this?
Okay, Canadians in chat, because I know Bo's at least here, and I think Werewolf's here too.
Hi, Bo. I didn't know you were here. I haven't been checking the chat. I love you.
Is that a thing, Canadians in chat, or is this an American thing? Americans in chat, feel free to weigh in too.
Okay, so do you put the jelly on as you're making the breakfast sandwich, or do you have to pull the breakfast sandwich apart and then put the jelly on?
You pull the breakfast sandwich apart and then you put the jelly on.
That seems even odder. Are we sure that this isn't just a noir thing? Like Americans in chat.
When you go to McDonald's and
You're...
get a breakfast sandwich, they give you jelly, so you could put jelly on your breakfast sandwich.
This is a Chicago thing now because I have not.
Joy is saying that it is our family thing. I hate you. That's just us. But I did a poll. On Twitter, and 51% of the vote said yes. 49% said no.
No, it's not a family thing. Joy, shut up. It's not us. It's a thing. Stella's in chat backing me up.
Is it any kind of jelly?
I personally prefer grape jelly myself, but like if
grape jelly is also an American thing too.
What the fuck do you mean grape jelly is an American thing?
I don't see like grape jelly used in Canadian households as often. Usually it's strawberry or raspberry.
That is true. We mostly had strawberry actually, and we call them jam.
Yeah. Well, jelly's different because jelly has all the seeds filtered out.
Joey Stella is not gaslighting me. We took a poll on this and I won. People put jelly on breakfast sandwiches. Quit trying to gaslight me, Joy. It's not. I'm
going to do a poll on this, and we will get a larger.
We're gonna
get
more
people surveyed.
You know what? Let's do one right now.
Oh, when you know that we're overwhelmed by Canadians.
I just
Canadian ass channel. Okay, no, fine.
I mean, I'm not arguing with it. It just boggles my mind that Americans can think that gravy and cheese curds on fries is disgusting, but apparently will put grape jelly on their breakfast sandwiches.
First off, don't you say put grape jelly on breakfast sandwiches like it's disgusting. That shit is delicious.
It is more questionable to me than
if you go to McDonald's and you get a breakfast sandwich. They will give you jelly. They don't do that here. They don't do that here. I haven't gotten any jelly with my breakfast sandwiches.
Okay, so the poll is up. But yeah.
Fuck. Here we go.
We got a minute.
I'm doing a Twitter poll right now, too.
This is
for my
look at you fucks working against me on purpose.
I am just asking a question. I do not have any expectation of how this will go. I am just asking.
Listen, I left it up for an hour, and the small sample size did lean in towards it. There was quite a bit of back and forth, but at the end of the day, with 41 votes, there was 21 people that said yes and 20 people that said no.
I don't like the jelly sandwich. Divorce me from this, please. You go, Julie, you go act like you didn't put jelly on your sandwiches growing up. I know you would lie. I'm an American, but jelly on breakfast sandwiches. Thank you.
So,
no, not burgers, sandwiches.
No, this is a breakfast sandwich specifically. So this is like bacon, egg, and cheese, or a sausage, egg, and cheese on like a croissant or an English muffin, and then you put jam on that. I mean,
I can't believe we are rehashing this battle that I have already won.
Joy, we were poor. It wasn't for the taste. We were hungry.
We weren't poor. Our family just didn't feed us.
Oh my God, money. That was such a mood that just struck me right in my childhood.
That came from a very real place in your soul.
All right, I also have a poll up now, so.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. We're gonna see.
Wow.
We're gonna see how this
goes.
These are important questions that we need to ask.
The big hard hitting.
These are the big hard hitting topics on Morning Ritual.
I can't believe this bullshit. These fucking Canadians.
Of the 9 people that voted in our chat, 3 of them said yes and 6 said no.
First comment, I'm an American, I'll try it, but no.
He spilled the tea there. They were eating good and we had jelly bacon sandwiches. Thank you. And I can't believe you gonna look back on the jelly bacon sandwiches that kept us alive with disrespect in your heart. Oh, suddenly you too good for jelly bacon sandwiches. Or in my case, jelly bacon and mayo sandwiches, which is fire.
Wait.
I mean, I'll try it. Like, usually I do like bacon, tomato, and like mayo, and like that's the sandwich. That's reasonable.
A jelly and mayo together?
Like bacon and mayo. Jelly
bacon, mayo sandwiches.
And cream cheese together. Because my husband thought I was cray-cray when I did jelly and cream cheese together.
Oh, jelly and cream cheese is fine.
Right? Especially with strawberry jelly.
The whole chat's turning on me.
These are the struggle meals, I think. Well, I mean, bacon's expensive.
Listen,
I'll try it. Like, I'll try it.
Just put a little bit of mayo on the bread. Put the bacon down and then slobber some jelly on top of that bad boy. Roll it up.
Grape jelly?
Grape jelly?
Stella goes, okay, no, you're going somewhere I can't follow.
Mayo, the white man's condiment?
No, we taking it back. We're calling it.
Love of mine, someday you will die. I'll be close behind. I'll follow you.
Listen, I preferred breakfast sandwiches with jelly, but in a clutch, when there was nothing else in the house, jelly bacon mayo sandwich.
The poll is Canadian mandared against me.
For real.
Okay, so there's a hot dog place in Calgary called Tubby Dog, and it's the best. Like, great name. Like, basically, it's like greasy as fuck. Like, there's nothing that beats it after a bar, but one of their hot dogs is peanut butter and jelly. It's the PB&J dog, so it's peanut butter, jelly, and a hot dog. So you can upgrade it if you want to a Captain's dog, so that it's peanut butter, jelly, and Captain Crunch.
That is.
Do they have Captain Crunch here? Is that a?
Yes, we have Captain Crunch.
Okay. I have to check.
It is top tier drunk or stoner food. That's all I will say.
First off, don't disrespect hot dogs like that. Like, you've had a Chicago dog now. Why would you tolerate that bullshit?
Because it's stoner food.
Because it's stoner food and it's delicious. You get
Canadian stoner food.
Canadian stoner food is top tier, I will say.
Yeah. And I've noticed a trend of Canadian stoner food establishments, because I feel like that actually is a genre of food in major Canadian cities. Like, I have seen peanut butter and jelly poutine. I've seen peanut butter and jelly mac and cheese. Like, they're like, we'll just take peanut butter and jelly, put it on some shit, and be like, here, you fucking stoners, take this.
According to my sibling, PB&J hot dogs are the goofy secret menu hot dogs at Disney.
They're good though. Like, if you get out of bar at about 2:30 in the morning,
y'all finna give me shit about mayo, bacon, jelly when you out here eating peanut butter and jelly on hot dogs.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Condiment coincidiness.
You get the sweet, you get the savory, you get the peanut butter creaminess. It's good.
Yeah. Whereas like the jelly and the mayo, like, they're both kind of a little sweet, and the mayo's kind of creamy, and the jelly is kind of fruity. I don't know. But also mayo is made out of vinegar, and I'm like, vinegar with like fruit is not a connection in my brain. But
if I told y'all my real struggle meals, the y'all would say that I'm disgusting. What's y'all ever had
top one?
What's the struggle meal? Top tier struggle meal.
A top tier struggle meal. Okay. A bologna and Captain Crunch burrito.
See, I could see that more. Yeah.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
No judgment.
Do you put mayo on that as well?
No, I don't put mayo. You know what? The disrespect in your voice when you said that.
That was a legitimate question. No, I would put mayo on that, maybe. I don't know.
And fried bologna. Oh,
fried bologna's good.
Legit.
When you get it burnt just right.
I love most kinds of fried meat.
Fried bologna is also like a very East Coast Newfoundland thing. Like that's actually on like breakfast menus in Newfoundland.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter and bologna.
Bologna sandwiches is my comfort food.
I've heard of that.
Peanut butter and pickles is good.
Heard of that also. Yeah.
White rice with a slice of Kraft cheese melted on. Listen, we don't judge struggle meals because if you are struggling and you need food, anything is better than no food.
True. So my like thing that all of my stepchildren are horrified by, and my co-parents are all horrified by, is my very Asian thing, I guess, where I like runny ass, like super runny, sunny side up eggs on rice with butter and soy sauce.
Hell yeah, that's top tier. That's so good.
I think it's great. They're like booger eggs. Like no,
put some hot sauce on there. You're good.
Yeah.
You brought up something that brings up a very traumatic period in my life. My father used to watch way too much Iron Chef. And so there's this period in our life where he was trying to cook Asian dishes. And it was like he put sprouts on everything. First off, just way too many sprouts. I don't know what kind of sprouts these were, but
Asian.
Yeah, he's just like ugh. And he would make sweet and sour dino nuggets stir fry. With just way too much.
Joy, don't talk about the orange chicken nuggets. Shut up. The watercress, the bean sprouts. Shut up.
Please, Noir, you can't talk about your personal family history on I'm actually like, that sounds like something I would do. When you don't have the actual chicken, you just throw in some of those dino nuggets.
I've never been so hungry, y'all. Because there's the smell of this horse shit. And I was just like, Father, I just want to eat. And it's like, here's dinner. And I'm like...
Joy is going through it right now.
See, I had a similar experience where me and my best friend Scott, we still talk about this to this day, because at some point my mother bought a bread maker because she wanted to make bread. And I was like, yes, I love bread. I'm going to eat so much bread with toast, like butter. I'm just going to butter that all up. Except my mother refused to make normal bread. She made lunch meat bread that had like lunch meat baked right into it. She made shrimp bread. She made like spinach bread. The spinach bread was actually pretty good, but like just all these like really weird breads, and me and Scott had to eat all of them and be like, Nini, this is interesting.
You know what? We're just going through food trauma in our lives now, so I'm about to just really just dive in. I'm sorry, Joy, you're just gonna have to deal with this. My mom used to make the most amazing spaghetti. She would always partner it with garlic bread. And I am a slut for garlic bread. It's just my favorite thing.
Writing this down.
And for a while there, my mom stopped cooking because my dad was in this Iron Chef phase. And with shit talk cooking as if Joy's already telling the story, as if he could cook. My mom's spaghetti would keep us alive for months at a time. And then he would just go back to making this stir fry. I hated Asian food for a little bit because of my dad. It was
a bastardization.
I hated Iron Chef. I hate it. You go around calling us sous chefs. I don't know what the fucking shoot a sous chef is. I'm not a chef. I want spaghetti and glasses.
Okay, so I'm gonna go grocery shopping after this, everybody.
I just like, I haven't met your father, and this is the entire impression I have of him, but I really want to meet him now.
You
Sounds
don't.
hilarious.
He's an awful person.
Oh gosh. Yes.
I love watching Joy validate me.
I get the feeling that that's not something that Joy does a ton, so I'm sure it's very good.
Oh my god.
Eat Vienna sausages and fucking chicken bouillon cubes. I was eating those same cubes and Tostitos.
No, are you okay? Do you need to take a minute?
Do we need to take a quick
Is
break?
there too much coming up?
Food trauma?
I'm okay. I'm sorry.
Well, if it makes you feel better, so far the jelly on breakfast sandwiches is winning.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I needed a victory today after reliving.
Don't understand.
Yes.
But most of these people, a lot of these people, I guess about half who have commented are actually British.
Is this a British thing?
I
guess
Googled
I
it.
didn't ask. Yeah, I just asked, does it belong on breakfast sandwiches? Not like, do you do this, I guess, or have you heard of this? So I guess the British love jelly, right? That's a
Yeah, that's
British
their whole
thing,
deal.
right?
They have
So-
a cookie that's nothing but cookie and jelly.
Yeah.
They call it a jelly dodger or some shit like that. Everything I
Silly
know
Brits.
about the British, I've learned from Doctor Who.
Everything I know about the British, I've learned through running Avatar, because I run the 12 to 4 slot as Avatar because I know that British and European people want to play during that time. So like,
Mhm.
it's like all European people at that time for the most part. And I've learned so many interesting things from my British friends. Like, have y'all ever heard of Conkers?
What the fuck is that?
So it's a game, apparently, that British children would play. He's a little older, I think. So this is probably like pre-internet times when kids actually like played games outside. But there, apparently, it's a type of chestnut tree where the chestnut comes in like a prickly green like shell. And
Oh,
when
yeah.
they fall, yeah. So the British kids would take those little prickly green things, and he said the trick is to boil it in vinegar, so it's really hard. And then you like string a string through it, and then you like swing the conker. And they call them the conkers, the little shell, and you swing them, and you like hit the other conkers with it, and you try to break the other kids' conkers. And I was like, man, that's such an intense name for a kids game, like conquer. I'm gonna conquer your chestnut shell. And he was like, oh, no. It's not like the cool version of conkers. It's like honkers with a C. It's not like conkers, I conquer this.
It's because they make a conking noise, like conk, conk.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, yeah, there's your British culture lesson of the day and your American and Canadian culture lessons of the day.
Stella Luna has given us another UK fact. Apparently, there's an energy drink in the UK called Pussy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm more of an
I
Iron Brew
too.
fan myself.
That's Scotland?
Yeah.
In Canada, I don't know if they have it here in America, but we had one called Balls.
Yeah, with the guarana. BAWLS.
Yeah. Balls.
No, we don't have
balls in America.
You don't have balls
I
in
was
America?
trying not to say it like that. Don't worry, there's Bussy in America. We got Bussy.
Balls.
Is there a drink called Bussy for real?
You used to be able to. So.
Just want to crack open some Bussy.
So Balls is an American soft drink, and the reason I know this, the reason why this is buried deep in the recesses of my brain, is because when I first moved to Calgary, my ex, or my boyfriend at the time, was like super obsessed with like these drinks because they were on ThinkGeek. And so he would find places that he could order them from online and bring them up so that he could have these super niche energy drinks. And yeah, you can get them at like Max or 7-Eleven now. But yeah, you used to be able to order them only from ThinkGeek. And that was like the only supplier that sent it to Canada.
Can I just tell you, like, it is such a like joy to my heart to speak to Canadian people and hear them say things like Max.
Not Circle K.
Yeah.
It's always
Oh my
Max in my
God.
heart. With the little
And
owl.
in my heart, it's always Max Milk because that was the OG when they were just sold milk. And yeah, there was one
Got
right
all these
next to my
fucking
house.
Canadians in my life now.
No, we're great. We're taking over.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take our friendly demeanor and our, you know,
Ah, you know.
you know.
What are you gonna do about it, bud?
Oh, you want to fight, pal?
In for a tilly? Let's have a
You
fucking
wanna go,
Donnybrook.
guy?
Have you heard of the conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne died and was replaced? Okay, there's a reason that I bring this up. The reason that I
Canadian.
The reason that I bring this up is because there's a bunch of Canadians that think that Avril Lavigne has been replaced because in one of her interviews, she calls Tim Hortons,
And not Timmy's. And she said they asked what her favorite order at Tim's was, and she responded, "I really like the iced cappuccino and the Timbits." Said iced cappuccino and not ice cap.
Mm-hmm. That's weird. I mean, I do call it Tim Hortons, but it's definitely an ice cap.
Well, in prior interviews, she called it Timmy's and ice cap. So,
and she married Chad Kroger. So
listen.
There nobody will be marries no someone. Nickelback slander.
Nobody marries someone from Hannah, Alberta, with that's in their right state.
I mean, she's from Napanee, Ontario, so Napanee.
We actually don't have Duncan.
Y'all ain't got Duncan?
We don't have Duncan.
But America runs on Duncan.
Yeah,
America does.
America does. Canada
everywhere is America.
We have Tim Hortons, and I don't know why, but Krispy Kreme recently took over Toronto because there was one on like every corner when I lived there.
There was only
I love Krispy Kreme.
There was only one Krispy Kreme in Calgary, and it shut down years ago. It was up on McKnight, and yeah, we don't run on Duncan because we're Canada. We're not America.
Joy also asked, "What's it like in Canada? Are there bears?
Are there bears?
Bears?
Oh, bears! Yes, lots of bears.
Yes, there are bears.
Especially... I mean, have y'all actually seen a moose?
Yes.
No.
I almost hit a moose.
I lived in like big city Canada.
Oh, okay.
I lived in small town Canada. So yes, I've seen moose, I've seen bear, I've seen cougar. I've seen lots of deer and elk.
But let me tell you, for all my Toronto friends out there, Bo, if you're still in chat, I definitely saw a lot of bears around York Street, Toronto.
Oh, zing.
Yeah.
Do Mounties ride moose? Yes or no?
A little known fact.
Wish.
They actually ride polar bears.
I can't tell if you're joking. I love that this show has now become like what's the difference between America and Canada?
That happens a lot in my life.
Yeah. Bo says the Church Street Bears are vicious.
Church Street, that's one. Damn it. I'm so un-Canadianized now. I can't remember.
You've been away too long. It's starting to seep into your existence.
Somebody did ask me once, one of my friends from Arizona was like, so you're from Canada? Is it true that you all have like moose drills there? And I was like, what is a moose
constitute
drill?
A moose drill?
And they were like, you know, like how in schools here they have like fire drills in case there's a fire, like a moose drill in case a moose like walks through your school. And I was like, maybe in some parts of Canada, but I don't think moose could get into a school easily through the doors with their antlers.
Joy, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
I don't know what Joy is saying, but
Joy said, do Canadians like Justin Bieber because of country pride?
No.
Okay, so story about Justin Bieber. I met him way back in the day, because my school used to do a trip down to, oh my God, I'm forgetting Canadian names again, but like Stratford, something like that. It's like a big theater place in Ontario, and that's where Justin Bieber grew up. So when he was like 13 years old, before his YouTubing, he would busk on the street. So like I met him and I like gave him a couple loonies, because that's the dollar coin in Canada. In case anyone didn't know, they're called loonies, and then our $2 coin is called toonies. So I gave him a couple loonies and toonies, you know.
Are you fucking serious? I can't stand Canadians.
Give that nice little boy some loonies and toonies.
Yeah, and then like
while he was busking on the street.
Up the street, his parents were like sitting, like his family were there, like watching him to make sure nobody like kidnapped him. No, it's great. Back in the early days of J Beebs.
The real Canadian question is the money really pretty, and does it smell like syrup? Someone told me it does. It's very pretty.
I'll be right back. I have show and tell time.
Yeah, I don't have any Canadian cash on me, but
Joiko, she's lying about the loonies and toonies. She's pulling my leg. I don't think she's pulling your leg.
Our dollar coin has a loon on it, and it is called a loonie. And our $2 coin actually doesn't have. It's called a toonie because it's the number 2, but it has a polar bear on it.
You know, Joy, I'm with you. Like, I feel like this might be just a giant Canadian prank.
So there's our $20 bill.
Does it smell like syrup?
With our queen. Yes, it does. Supposedly you have to like scratch this little thing, and the smell does fade eventually.
Yeah, and mostly it's kind of like a sweet smelling plastic. It's interesting.
And then here's our loonie. I keep this in my wallet to show Americans because they don't believe me. And see, there's the loon on it.
It looks like a Chuck E. Cheese token.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least we don't have pennies anymore, okay?
We don't have pennies. It's true.
We got rid of that.
You guys, we love our pennies.
It costs
we'll never get rid of them. USA.
It 2 cents to make a penny. Yeah, there's a toonie, and it's got a polar bear and a baby polar bear on it.
Yeah.
And if you turn it on its side, it looks like a T-Rex.
Wait, what?
If you turn the polar bear on its side so that the butt's in the air, it looks like a T-Rex.
The more you know.
The way K-pop fans fetish all of Korea, that's me for Canada for some reason.
I mean, Canada's we have our problems, but I do miss my Canadian.
Did you not know that either, Bo? That if you turn it on its side, it looks like a T-Rex?
Never knew this before. Look at us Canadians sharing our knowledge with each other. We will become all powerful. What other Canadian fun things do I have?
What Canadian fun facts do we have before we go on break?
Well, before we go on break, we've got like 2 questions to ask.
Okay.
Here's my Shoppers Optimum card. I miss Shoppers Drug Mart.
It's not the same since it got taken
the
over by
way I'm
Loblaws.
furiously searching my wallet for
Toronto Presto card.
All right, so Lily, are you a hockey fan?
Okay, so I worked in a sports bar as a server for 6 months. So I was a hockey fan for 6 months. Because
who was your team of choice?
St. Louis Blues. Because of one specific player. Maybe on break I'll find the gift to send you. But basically, I had been working in the sports bar for about a week, and I had been getting pretty sick of everyone's questions like, oh, who's your favorite hockey team? And me being like, I don't really watch hockey. And they're like, why are you working in a sports bar? How dare you not share our opinions? And I was like, okay, fuck, I guess I got to pick a team. And then at that moment, I happened to look up at the television where a player had just been put into the penalty box for like something that he thought was like really unjust. And like the shot of him on the screen was just him like listening to him get that penalty. And he just goes, what? And I was like, I love this man. Like that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. So, and St. Louis Blues had never won the Stanley Cup. And, they had cool team colors and, they're a pretty aggressive team, which I liked. And it was like, long live the note. And I was like, this is cool. I'm a St. Louis Blues fan. And now I'm going to try and find that gift. of what was his name?
A St. Louis Blues fan in Canada.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's actually a good amount of them down here too. In Virginia, I see people wearing St. Louis Blues. Man, I even got a custom jersey of this player because they didn't actually have a jersey of him because he wasn't actually that good of a. Here it is. Here it is. I found it.
Hell yeah.
There you go. You can put that in the Twitch chat for people.
Oh,
Barrett Jackman. Yeah, Barrett Jackman, my boy.
I've seen this before.
Yeah. And he just goes, what? But now my favorite team is the Nashville Predators because I just love the way they hit. I love how hype their audience gets when they're watching. I love really aggressive hockey. I play rugby, so I'm like,
oh shit. Man, that's that.
I like hard-hitting sports games.
Ottawa Senators forever. They never win, but it's the one patriotic thing.
Who said that? Was that Bo?
That was Bo.
Bo.
That was Bo.
Bo. No. No.
Chicago Blackhawks all day. Gang. We out here. We got a really problematic mascot. I'm sorry, but we out here.
I mean,
Michael Wade goes, can you explain rugby?
Can I explain rugby? Yes, I can. It
Like,
seems
how
like
did you get into it?
Okay, so I started playing in high school because the girls didn't have a tackle football team. They only had a touch football team, but there was a full tackle rugby team. And I was like, I'm here to hit some betches, you know? That's all I wanted. I really, really like hitting people in a controlled and consensual way. So I played in high school and it was awesome and I loved it. And then I just didn't play for the next 10 years because I didn't know how to look up hobbies. But then I moved to Virginia. And again, it was like, maybe I should have some friends through a hobby that I have. And I looked up rugby and started playing again. And it turns out that if you don't play rugby for 10 years or 15 years, more since high school, you don't just get to go back on the field and know how to play rugby. I was so lost. Okay, so rugby is a field sport. Essentially, you are like many field sports, you're trying to get the ball and you were trying to score on the other team's side. The main things about rugby is that it has a very specific tackling system. Also, you always have to pass the ball backwards. You can't throw the ball forward. So you have to work as a team and you're kind of in this diagonal line going backwards down the field. You have to pass the ball backwards. And when you engage with someone, when you get tackled, you can either start a ruck where you go to the ground, you hold the ball and you show it to your friends. And then all your friends show up and they push against the team in front of you. There's a lot of fighting over the ball in rugby. Or you go into a scrum where you're you become this shell of people where you're fighting over the ball, or there's a maul where the person just hangs on to the ball and you all just try and grab it for them. So essentially rugby is just a clusterfuck of a game.
Yeah.
It
Love
is
it.
Very
it's tougher
chaotic.
Football.
Yes. Yeah, I had a jock guy in football trying to step me about how football is more hardcore than rugby.
Yeah,
I was like, in football, you wear equipment. You have a helmet, you have fucking padding, you have knee pads, elbow pads. Rugby, you ain't got shit. You're just out there stepping on people, hitting people.
Can you throw elbows and knees in rugby? I've seen them do it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I've straight up seen hair grabs because I play women's rugby, so there's hair grabbing. One of our games, one of the girl had dreads and it was just grab those dreads, put her on the ground. Yeah, there's not a lot that doesn't fly in rugby, that's for sure.
Joey goes, pretty ladies, put me another pretty lady on the ground, I will play.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, it's good time.
So we have gotten to the point where I think we have to ask a very pertinent, very important question. I've been stalling, especially because of all the traumatic food stuff. But the time is now. There is a war going on in the TTRPG community, Lily, between 4 different factions now.
4? That's a lot.
Yes, 4. Before
I've introduced the 4th faction.
Then there were 3. Now there are 4. One side believes that dice are the forbidden candy and that you should put them in your mouth. These people call themselves the crunchers.
Okay.
There is another side of this which believe that dice don't belong in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
They're a choking hazard and they can damage your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
This side is called Stop the Crunch.
Okay.
Then you have people that are in the middle. They're called Crunch Responsibly. They don't want to take anybody's rights away, but some of them do realize the inherent risk in crunching. And then you have your fourth, which is the Let Them Die. Okay. Which is kind of like the Crunch Responsibly, but a little bit more antagonistic to the crunchers. So I have to ask you, what side of this war are you on?
So, since we've also been on the topic of Canadian things, I would like to hearken to all of the Canadian audience here, the PSA that traumatized our childhood with those puppets that said, don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Don't you stuff it in your face. Though it might look good to eat. Though it might look good to eat. Though it might look good to taste.
So you could get sick.
There.
Real quick. Real sick. Real ick.
Noir, have you seen this? Has anyone shown this to you?
I have subjected him to it on multiple occasions.
And the house hippos?
Have I shown you the house hippos yet?
No, but a Canadian I worked with back at Show Me. Yeah. All of the Canadian shit.
So I feel like I am one of those middle people of the let you live your own life. But
don't fucking heel turn me last second, Lily. I thought you were gonna be stop the crunch. Don't do this.
No, I don't stop. Remember, so much empathy, it goes to apathy. People are complicated. If they want to eat dice, I do not recommend it. I make dice. I see the shit that goes in. Also, have none of y'all watched all those dice maker videos about safety? They got massive goggles and ventilators and helmets and there's a reason, because you don't want that stuff in your body. But if you're gonna put that stuff in your body, I mean,
at least be on Let Them Die. Let them die.
I am very much of the do whatever you want. So if you don't want to crunch responsibly, you can die as per the laws of Darwinism. If you do want to crunch responsibly, live your best life. That is me.
I'll take
I'm so Switzerland. I'm just fucking Switzerland all over the place. I'm you do you.
Well, I'll take the soft victory.
Except for the breakfast sandwich debate. This one I take a side on.
And you will lose.
Yeah, Jelly is still winning. I am shocked.
Jelly on a chicken breakfast biscuit from Popeyes? Hell yeah. And yeah, sadly American. That's what's up. Anders.
Okay, that one I can see because it's chicken. And chicken to me is sort of like a neutral meat. I was thinking a sausage and
this was the one that I had was sausage, egg, and cheese last night.
Okay. Well, I could do the chicken one, is all I'm saying.
All breakfast sandwiches. All of them.
Not all breakfast sandwiches.
Yes, Kappa, congratulations. Let Them Die does have one more member in your ranks.
Technically, I was sort of...
Technically.
Let Them Be is the new faction that I'm starting.
We can't keep making factions.
No, I am now the leader of the Let It Be, Let It Go faction.
God damn it. We gotta stop this, man. All right. Nothing makes me happier than breaking crotchers' hearts by having everybody turn against them. So we might need to have a crotch. We might have to have a discussion.
Yeah, have you had a cruncher on the show? Because I haven't met an actual cruncher.
We have had crotchers on the show.
Oh, Drac is for the crunch.
We have had people actually crunch on this show.
And they put it fully into
their mouth. And I've had to ban
chew on it
from the channel. Yeah.
We haven't seen Sarah's coffee since.
Yeah. Sarah's a good friend of mine, but war is war. And look at these things.
At the table?
Look at these things. They're gorgeous. Why would you put this in your mouth?
Because it looks like a freezy pop.
People do put all kinds of things in their mouth, though.
It's
Let
true.
me tell you, oral fixations are real. This puppy I'm babysitting here, he just wandered in the house with a full-on poop in his mouth the other day. He just carried a dried-up turd into the house. So, you know,
Sweet
what are you
puppies.
gonna do?
Last question that we'll ask you before we take it to break, and this is the tough one because you've broken my heart with the crotch one.
Yes.
Well, I was kind of on your side. Kind of on everyone's side. Anyway, yes.
You get to play any TTRPG you want with any 5 people that are alive right now.
Good. I was waiting for this question. Aubrey Plaza. No, actually not Aubrey Plaza. I took her off my list a couple weeks ago. Freddie Wong.
Oh, okay.
Beth May.
Yeah.
Honestly, the entire cast of Dungeons and Daddies. Can they just count as one person? They're all so good. If you haven't been listening to Dungeons and Daddies, it is the best D&D streamer podcast out there. I will say that with absolute certainty because they are fucking hilarious. The first roll of the game is a roll for dankness on the weed that Freddie Wong was gonna smoke with his kid.
Oh fuck! Now I've got to check.
And he rolled a nat 20.
Oh, so he was smoking that dank shit. Okay, yeah,
that's
I will let the entire cast count as one.
Okay, the entire cast of Dungeons and Daddies.
If you choose to be on Stop the Crotch. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Tough. I see what the trap I've wandered into. And damn, okay, they were actually pretty high up there on the list, and that would have taken up 5 of them. I've already played with Jimmy Wong, but I would play with Jimmy Wong again. He was amazing. I would love to play Avatar with oh my god, her name is escaping me. The voice of Azula, just because.
Oh, Grey Delisle.
Yes.
Or Grey Griffin.
I would also play with Joe Latruglio because I feel like he's an amazing character actor, and I feel like that would be very funny. I saw the other day that Joseph Gordon-Levitt apparently plays, and I would just do that just to be in the presence of Joseph Gordon-Levitt because yum yum yum. And then for my list of would play with just to be literally in the presence of them, Zendaya, Tom Holland, Zoe Kravitz.
I have a feeling that you would not be playing the game very long with these picks that you are picking, Lily.
Do I pick TTRPG players based on thirst? I will not admit to that on live stream.
Oh wow, what a fun game. We just sat down. Well,
did I tell you all about strip TTRPG?
Every hit point is a piece of clothing.
Just kidding. I would never take advantage of players like that.
Oops, a fireball goes off.
It's getting hot in here.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, all those people seem fun.
Table Thirst RPG. Safety tools available.
Brushman says Azula's voice off with her. Can you do an Azula voice?
Oh, I do the best Azula voice there ever was. How dare you question me? Why don't you sit and bow down, fool?
Amazing.
Just now.
All right, y'all.
I'm curious. Was that you said Brushman? Were you in one of my games? Did you know? Who are you? Okay, we'll find out later.
Freshman gives a thumbs up.
Good.
All right, everybody. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break and show y'all some quick ads for libations and our promo videos. We will be right back. Talk to you soon.
Shut up, Lucia. Bye.
And we're back. Hi, everybody.
Yo.
I did a costume change because it was too warm in this room.
I did a costume change too. I am no longer wearing pants.
Nice.
Bo, you're probably gone already, but I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Bye, Bo.
We love you. We love you.
Jelly on your sandwiches, Bo.
You know, tying things together, the I have played the Stranger Things D&D game one time, and that is where I met Bo.
Oh shit! I didn't know there
We're
was
playing
a Stranger. Wow, I said Stranger Games. That's where my brain is right now.
Stranger Games sounds like a very spicy TTRPG.
This one gets erotic.
Yeah, it's like a little module based on like the game that Will runs for his friends, or not Will, Mike runs for his friends in the first. It's very like, it's super simple. It's like very much for kids. I played a cleric who was had a drinking problem, had a healing potion drinking problem, and whenever she was handed a healing potion, she drank it immediately, whether she needed it or not. Stacy Starchild. It was an excellent game.
Yeah, I mean, if healing potions did exist, it's very easy to imagine somebody getting hooked on them.
Right?
But I always imagine that they taste gross though.
Like cherry cough medicine.
Ugh, I don't know what cherries those motherfuckers eat, but it's the same thing with like grape Robitussin. It's like, what grapes are you eating?
Now, have you had banana medicine?
The banana antibiotic medicine from our childhood.
Was that a thing in America? Did y'all have banana medicine?
Not that I know.
I used to pretend to be sick to get
the banana medicine. That stuff
so good.
was the best. It tasted
Joy,
like banana candies.
What?
I think Joy saying they make you feel good. I'd be chugging those.
That'd be healing potions. It's like, do healing potions cure emotional damage? Lord, I wish.
Yes. I guess, I mean, like, originally they created MDMA as a psychological aid, like a aid that a psychologist could give a client to like open up about themselves. So like, is MDMA healing potions?
I would argue yes.
Emotional healing potions. Yes.
I would kill for a show where it's all about a therapist who sees like TTRPG characters. Yes, but when you slayed the dragon, how did you feel?
That'd be a very interesting talk show to do with like streamers, and you have a different guest every week and they play their TTRPG character that they play on their stream, and they just ask them questions. Although when I do the masks, like character creation, I always feel like a therapist. I'm like, so what's your relationship with your mother like? I guess even when I do Avatar, I'm like, how are your family ties? You know, like how did they feel when you became a superhero? Yeah. Then I mean,
like if you think about some of the things that D&D characters go through, like like, could you imagine the psychological damage of being charmed? That's rough, buddy.
I feel like rough. I do know the psychological damage of being charmed. Like, I was like, what would that feel like? Oh, I know what that feels like. That's not fun. Yeah, I did go to therapy for that.
I have been in some relationships where it's like after it ended, it's like the spell ended, and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
But then again, I also just experience in my regular life things like that because I'm a stoner, and I'm just like, okay, so here's my stoner conundrum of the week. I had bought all this really, really pretty scrapbook paper to take photos of all my pretty resin things that I'm making, right? I cannot find that. It is literally a stack of papers, brightly colored to look like marble, and I cannot find them anywhere in my like 2-bedroom condo. Like, this is not, I just, and I'm like, what did I do? And it does feel like I came out of a spell. I was under the spell of Mary Jane, and she befuddled me.
You failed your save.
Yeah. Now I don't know where my scrapbook paper is.
Mary Jane Stank Haze. That's the spell.
Wow.
That hits.
That needs to be made.
That is an excellent spell and or magic item. Both. Together.
Oh, that needs to be a strand of weed. I'd smoke the fuck out of Mary Jane.
So you have to make the label like a spell description.
Oh, based
See,
on the terpene content.
yeah, see now we're thinking outside the bun. Fourth meal, Live Moss, south of the border, Taco Bell.
I'm literally growing a weed plant on my balcony because it's legal in Virginia, and maybe that will be her name. Right now, her name is Petunia, but when she is in smokable form, maybe it'll be Mary Jane's Dank Haze.
Hey, Morshani goes, characters coming out of Charm go to therapy to increase their wisdom so it doesn't happen again. I kind of want a therapy mechanic where over time you can slowly raise your wisdom score. That's not bad.
That's not a bad idea for a game mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
I
think
played
about
any kind of D&D anymore, I tell you.
you ever think about what your saves or what your stats would look like in real life?
Oh, I know all my ability scores. Easy. Max charisma, an average amount of wisdom, an average amount of strength, maybe a little subpar dexterity. Although I am really flexible, but now it's breaking me how flexible I am instead of helping me. So yeah, a little minus dexterity. Constitution, I think, would be pretty okay.
Mine's low as shit.
My con's high.
It doesn't take much to get me drunk or high. So it's just like
I'm a super lightweight when it comes to drinking.
Yeah.
But I can smoke a lot because of all the meetings I had to go to.
Yeah, listen, I hit the bowl once and I'm toasty. I'm nice and comfortably toasty. Like I could buy just a bit of weed and it'll last me for like forever, and my friends hate it.
Yes, you are that one. I understand.
I pull out my humidor and it's just got like a nice assortment in various stages.
Yeah, I only have the one. Dex is ridiculously high for me. I've been bobbing and weaving out of danger since birth.
Damn, that sounds like a very dramatic birthing that you had.
I know. Right?
Just picturing like Stewie Griffin popping up out of there.
Oof. You know they had to hurt Lois. That motherfucker's head is wide.
So I saw the tweet, when it was going around of like, what would your IRL scores be? And I started filling mine out and I'm like, am I just conceited or am I just a well-made human being? Because I was like, I feel like my scores would be pretty decent. I feel like I'd be a good TTRPG character to play. Really solid bard, I could do the thing.
I feel like most people that stream have a higher than average charisma.
Or would like to.
Oh, well, you know what?
I didn't. There's one thing that I really didn't like about that test is there was a portion of it where it was like, when it calculates your intelligence score, it calculates it per your top level of academia. And I don't think that actually accounts for true intelligence, because I graduated high school. I didn't go to university or college. And I still feel like my intelligence would be up there in terms of I don't know. It felt a little, I don't know, not necessarily ableist, but it felt a little
prejudice.
I'm a high school dropout and I'm proud of it.
Academist. But I guess that's the debate between wisdom and intelligence.
Yeah. It's life experience versus learned experience, I suppose. Interesting.
I would have a very low end, I feel like.
I feel like most people these days have a low intelligence. I kind of feel like it's not
classist. That's what I was looking for.
I feel like there's too much information out there.
That's true. And it costs too much money to obtain it, by the official channels, so it's sort of,
Academia is classist. You're right, Joy.
I'm so glad I don't have student loan debts. It's my favorite thing. I have so many friends that have student loan debts, and I'm just like, have fun dealing with Sally Mae for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah, it's tough too, because it's you kind of have to commit. My oldest stepkid finished college because he wanted to be a police officer, and given the state of things, decided he no longer wants to be a police officer.
Oh.
So now he has this degree that's like, what does he do with it? And like seeing him like try and figure that out, he is getting some of his debt like knocked off through the whatever thing that just happened. But yeah, it's like, it's tough. And because there's this sort of like trend where they kind of push you to go into post-secondary, like right after secondary. And it's like, what kind of like 19-year-old knows what they want to do with the rest of their life to sign up for like $40,000 worth of debt to do? You know, it's tough. It's tough.
It's so hard.
The fucking secondary.
I said post-secondary. So that's
university, college, anything after high school is post-secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Your high school is your secondary school.
Oh,
Elementary, junior, secondary, post-secondary.
I was told the American way to say it was secondary school was high school, so I don't know. I am just constantly in this befuddlement of, do I talk like a Canadian or an American? Like every time I type favorite into my like text messages and I get like the suggested ones, it's like, do you spell it with an O or OU? And then I have to
do you add the Queen's U?
Yeah, I have to decide in that moment, am I Canadian or am I an American? Because like, I don't know which button to press. Which one am I? What do I subscribe to? But yes.
So we've got another question for you.
I'm ready.
You are God Empress of the TTRPG community for one day. With the snap of your fingers, you can make a company disappear or a new company reappear, whatever you want. 24 hours. What does Lily do?
I mean, so like, I'm like ultimate powers.
Ultimate power.
Ultimate power.
It's a lot of power.
It is.
Because you asked, you said, you kind of primed me for this question a little earlier, and I was like, what would I do? So I guess my first thing I would say is make a diverse stream at the same level of popularity and fame as Critical Role, but with like an actually diverse table, and playing a non-D&D game would be cool. That'd be cool. Gosh, like what to do with the problem people in the space, because my empathy heart is like, maybe like have it be more normalized. I mean, it's already like, I think getting more normalized, but like have it be like absolute rule of law normalized, to have boundaries at the table that people respect. And make that be the norm as opposed to the outlier, because there will always be outliers. And I, as an omniscient being, would not want to take away, I guess, and make all those other people go to therapy or something. Like they have to like talk to somebody about it before they like
before they try to sneak back in.
Yeah. We'll have gatekeepers, but they're like gates of, can gates you communicate with other people on a reasonable and healthy level?
Gates of kindness and empathy.
Yes, exactly. Compassion, that's what we're looking for. I would put down the law of let you do whatever you want with your dice, because I just feel like that's a person's choice. I mean, and because you asked me earlier, so you got me thinking about it, and you alerted me to the war, so I would end the war by just saying YOLO. Live your life. I mean, how long does it take to do me all of these things? Because 24 hours is a long time or a very short time. Do I have to sleep if I'm a god empress?
You don't have to sleep, let's say.
And all these
vibe check license.
I just do like at the snap of my fingers. I would make more money going to TTRPG. I would make more people play TTRPGs and learn good things from them, because we have the gates of compassion and kindness. Yeah. I've actually been thinking like IRL of volunteering to do TTRPGs with like troubled youths or like troubled peoples, because I think it's important. But yeah, I think those are my decrees of TTRPGs.
The chat seems to agree with you on some of the things that you said.
Joy, I need receipts from your therapist before you could roll a single die. We catch a whack vibe in your band.
I just kind of wish that was just kind of the norm, was going to therapy and having a person help you through this very messy world. It just seems like I at least feel like I should get a tax receipt for going to therapy. They give me a receipt for taking the bus, Like the bus helps everyone. Therapy helps everyone with the right therapist. Anyways, that was my tran talk.
Social media check. 10 references, 5 professional, 5 personal.
Exactly. And kind of, I think that is becoming a bit of a thing because it's like, you gotta have good people. You want to have good people. You don't want to have not good people.
Can't believe that you just gonna let people do whatever they want with dice.
Maybe they also have to go to therapy and talk about it. I don't know.
Show's over. I can't do this anymore.
It also make an oligarchy of good TTRPG folks. Although maybe that is troublesome because it's hard to really know people. But I feel like there's some people that I'm like, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, you would be a good pillar for this community. You know?
Twitch, YouTube history channel check, or Twitter history check.
I mean, who has not clicked on a person's profile to be like, what are you saying in the world?
What are you doing?
What's up over here? Yes, I have done this.
Okay, eat dice and girl strong. I hate our chat, and I'm gonna beat up my sister anyway.
Joy, look out!
Don't help. Don't help them.
If Joy takes you out, remember he gets your kidney.
We've got to stop enabling Joy
kidney
talking about
theft?
taking my organs.
Protect Noir's organs.
Thank you. That's what we need to be. That's what we need to be sponsored. I check profile and likes before following someone on Twitter. Ooh, I never thought to check likes.
I check the likes, and I usually check who they're following. He finally admits he hits me. He beats me up every month. I'll post he believes me. Gonna start that twit longer.
Anywho. You see how my family comes and bullies me on my own show?
When's Joy gonna be a guest on this show?
Never. Joy will never be on the show. You hear me? Never.
Well, I'm gonna send Joy a DM. I think I'm gonna run across the fanfic that they wrote in my DMs.
Wait, what? He's problematic, Noir. It's non-binary female. I can't stand this. All right. Trying to get this show back on the rails. Literally neurodivergent. Quit making it worse. All right. Anita, ask a question. I'm frazzled.
I wish I had siblings.
It's okay.
I have 2 half brothers, but like we didn't grow up together, and there's a big age difference, so I don't have that like banter with anyone.
Me and my siblings did grow up together so much as we survived together.
That's called a trauma bond.
Family, otherwise known as family.
Okay, so we've gone through, let's see, God Emperor, the question about the crunch or no crunch, a little bit about how you got Anita's my new sibling as Lawrence. Come over here, I'll cook for you. Anyways, so what was the first AP that you were on?
So yeah, it was like, God, memories to 3 years ago before the pandemic.
Right?
I feel like there's just like a barrier there, and you have to like climb over all of that to get to the memories before.
Yeah.
So I did a stream with some of my Toronto gal pals called Roll for Damage, and we were an all-girl D&D group that streamed on the same channel that I met Bo through, well, produced by the same people that I met Bo through that did the Stranger Things one shot. And that was really fun. They were all really good people. I ran a whole season of that. It was a really good time. I knew It's funny when you look back at like your early games and like the early
Yeah.
things you did as a DM, and I was just like, oh my god. I even look back at some of my Twitter videos, and I'm like, I am so cringy. Oh my god.
I remember how anxious I would get before a stream, because I would just like be a bundle of nerves, like waiting for the Zoom link to drop and just be like little gremlin standing over the keyboard. Like, I don't want to join too soon, but I also don't want to join too late. I don't want to be the last one of the call, but I don't want to be the first one of the call, because that makes me, that both those things make me anxious. I'm still like that a little, but it's there's like a level of like a thin veil of professionalism before I have to do any sort of stream at this point.
Absolutely. It costs a spoon, you know, like I don't stream anymore, but I do these Zoom games with people all the time through Magpie. And it's like, yeah, you kind of have to like take a second and be like, okay, this is my on-screen persona. The interesting thing about Roll for Damage though was we were all in person. That was one of the rare streams that did that back then. Maybe not rare, maybe that's a strong word.
There was
like,
there weren't very many of them. Most of the streams were remote, and then the pandemic hit, and then all of the streams were remote.
Yeah, and then everything was remote. You know,
back in the days of yore.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was fun. I miss them. I actually got to see one of them last weekend in New York because we just happened to both be in New York in the same weekend. And I saw that she posted about it on Facebook. I was like, I am also going to be in New York that weekend. Quelle surprise. So yeah, that was good. Good times. Good times. A lot of actual plays. That Call of Cthulhu game did with Noir was really fun. I love me some Alice Call It the Cthulhu.
Oh, Alice is so damn good.
I know.
So damn good.
Such a dream. She actually ran one for me and some friends. Was it last month or the month before? Yeah. It was a good time.
I'm jealous.
I would be too. I mean, I'm not going to lie. She's an amazing GM. I've really been trying to like play more this year, like be a player.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing this year. This year has been kind of like a clusterfuck of just figuring it out last second.
Yeah, I feel that.
That sounds about right.
My
putting
goal,
the pieces back together.
My goal for 2020 was to play in more games and GM less, and then the world shut down, and I got my wish. It was like a monkey's paw wish.
I mean, on some extent, I don't miss the carnage that was caused, but I do kind of miss us all being in lockdown because I feel like a lot of people discovered themselves then, and now like we're all trying to act like everything's back to normal, and it's not, and it's just awkward.
It's a weird time.
It is a very weird time. Like
it feels almost liminal from a certain extent.
Like, you know, the United States gave like $2,000 and it was just like survive.
Yes, it was very dystopian feeling for a minute there. Like, whoa, what's going on? What is life? Okay, Animal Crossing. Yeah, Animal Crossing.
Oh my god, fucking Animal Crossing. I started playing that during the pandemic. That game is evil. Like, I fucking hate. Like, nobody told me that you were basically doing slave labor for a raccoon. That's what it was. Animal Crossing is doing slave labor for a raccoon, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
For a raccoon loan shark.
It's like, hey, boy, this duck moved in. Build his house.
Yeah, and everyone was playing it. Like, I was just playing on my Switch. I only bought my Switch Lite because of the pandemic and because of Animal Crossing. And I was just looking at it the other day, trying to find another game that I could spend any reasonable amount of time on wanting to play on my Switch. And yeah, I was just like, man, some things in the pandemic really like got lucky. Like this Animal Crossing release, like right during the pandemic, like, that blew up for them.
Animal Crossing, like a lot of the games on the Switch hit like specific things during the pandemic, like the whole the Ring Fit adventure that everybody made fun of. Everyone's like, well, I can't go to the gym, so I guess I'm gonna start buying this so that I can work out in my home.
And I'm just, I love, and please let me finish the sentence before you judge me, because it's gonna sound horrible at first. But I love how the GOP and like so many like racist and homophobic folks are just like, people are turning other people gay, and really, I saw so many people go into the pandemic and just stay at home by themselves, and then they came out left the pandemic like, yeah, I think I'm gay. Like, I think that destroys the entire narrative. But anyway,
because you remove people from societal expectations, it's like, and discover the internet where there are other communities of like-minded people, unfortunately some for the worse, but that's what happened. You put everybody in a timeout. You say, stay inside your own fucking house for a minute. Think about what you've done and think about what you want to do next.
I went into lockdown married, cisgender, and straight. And I left lockdown non-binary, divorced.
Date a black dude.
And pansexual. Like,
shit got wild.
Is that a sexual orientation, Noir?
It is, baby.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Is that already a Twitter meme? Because that seems like it should be a trending Twitter meme. Not I dated a black dude, but I went into lockdown this and I came out this.
I think it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
I haven't seen it, but shit, I'll fucking make it for sure. Like,
everyone
cocooned lockdown with money. With fake money, and it came out with less fake money. I bought everything.
Oh, I bought so much stupid shit that I thought I didn't need, but it was just like, yeah.
Well, my therapist told me something very useful the other day, which I will share with all of you because it's some good advice. In life, we are often told, like, don't worry about the things you can't control, right? Where I was like, just, you can't control them, put them out of your mind. And he was like, yes, you can do that. You don't have to dwell on the things that you can't control. But what we don't talk about enough is how do we take control back for our comfort? So, instead of seeking to control the things we can't control what we can control. What kind of foods we eat that make us feel better? What kind of rituals we do that to soothe ourselves, and just like take back what control we can. And that is the control of our own space. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Heck yeah.
I feel like it's important to pay therapy forward.
Yeah. I think that's very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I was just freaking about this week that I have. And then, I was like, okay, I'm going to carve some time to comfort myself. I'm going to hang out with some cool friends on Saturday and talk about silly things. And I'm going to eat all the things I want to eat. Last night I had bacon and cheddar pizza rolls and a big thing of fries from Five Guys.
Hey, we have Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Yes, Five Guys is a thing.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
Those fries, man.
Like,
I got the Cajun fries last night.
Nice.
I wish more companies were like Five Guys, where they just give you shit. Like, Five Guys is just like, oh, did your punk ass want fries?
I literally watched the guy scoop out the thing to fill up the cup with fries, put it in the bag, take another container, fill that with fries, and then put it in the bag. Like, they are specifically trying to give you more food. I really appreciate that in a company.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry, Joey. Joey can't eat Five Guys because of peanut oil.
We stan the peanut oil.
I think I'm discovering that I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't care enough to do anything about it.
I mean, most people are.
Most people are. We're not baby cows.
It's the norm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought my body was just weak.
We're all weak. It's true. Mm-hmm. I did one of those DNA tests like 6 years ago. Guess what?
You're a bad
Asian.
Oh. I thought you were setting up a Lizzo joke.
Nope, I'm Asian. Just all miscellaneous Asian.
I'm nervous to take a DNA test. One, because I don't want my DNA out willy-nilly unless somebody earned it. That's gross.
I didn't know if that's what you meant by that, but then I just turned it into a gross laugh anyways because it amused me.
I was trying to slip it under the radar.
Nah, we'll draw attention to that.
Very odd. It just went way over the radar. But yes.
Yeah. Like, I don't want my DNA to be out there. I don't want nobody to clone me. Like, I don't
want people to clone me. There should be more Lilies.
No, there should not be any more noirs.
There should be no more noirs. More noir.
More noir.
No more noir. That one is already too much.
Noir. Not yes or.
You finished?
So I did this DNA test, and it tells you all kinds of. It keeps telling me new things about myself. Apparently, like I will benefit from a high-fat diet, and I saw that, and I was like, I'm gonna just run with that because my body loves to eat fats. I just want to eat fats and carbs, and that's what.
Oh shit! I didn't know the DNA told you all that kind of shit. Now
it tells you so much now. It tells you like diseases you might be at risk for, and
there's some that even tell you like what workouts benefit you.
Yeah, mine does that. Yeah, it's a lot of information, and it'll just alert me every time someone with my DNA joins the thing, and I'm like, great, I'm related to like everyone in Vietnam. I get it. Yes, thank you.
I'm excited to see what kind of assortment of crackers I am.
Yeah, I just don't want to take a DNA test to find a receipt.
What?
I'm sorry, that's dark humor.
That's
really dark humor.
No.
Oh.
Was that a...
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It just did a power squat for that noir. That was some noir humor. So So my friend is very, very black. There's no other way to describe it. She is very, very black. And then one day I just get a text message from her and it says, Lily, with like 7 million exclamation marks. And I was like, what? With like 7 million exclamation marks. And she goes, I'm white. And she shows me her DNA test and she is 17%, like British. I was like, that's why you love French.
Oh my God. I kind of want to do a DNA fucking test now.
I mean,
you also gotta be
interesting.
It's interesting too because like you also have to think about like a lot of times they farm your data, and I don't know how much I want that, but at the same time, it's fun to see. It's fun to see what kind of assorted white bread I am.
And the health stuff is interesting, and isn't everyone farming my data? I always feel like my data's a fucking slut at this point. Like, who fucking cares? My data gets around to everyone.
I'm telling y'all right now, if I find out that I'm any percentage Caucasian, I am using my white privilege to the maximum. I'm calling managers. All right? I'm calling the police over at the black people I see in the street. And I'm talking to the cops with the attitude problem.
Oh boy. TTRPGs and more.
You can't talk to me like this.
Here's my DNA test.
We have a heavy emphasis on the and more. A light emphasis on the TTRPGs.
Yeah, I sent her my DNA score thing, and I am 0% white. And I was like, I was too far away. They couldn't catch me. Good times.
Oh, shit.
My country was kind of made by France, though. So,
I mean, the fact that I'm here is proof that somebody in my family didn't run fast enough.
Oh, boy. But that's why we run fast now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like You gotta be the person your ancestors dreamed of.
My grandma actually, when I told her that I published a web novel, because it got like featured for like AAPI month, so I like sent it to my grandma to be like, "Ha, I can be a writer," because you said I never could be, so whatever. But now she's like, "Oh, you're published. Now you can write the story of me coming to Canada." And I was like, hell yeah, I'll write that. I don't even fucking know the story. Like, none of you would tell me ever anything about it. It sounds very interesting. I would love that.
I'm sorry. Does that mean to tell me that your family is waiting for you to level up to get family secrets?
Yes.
You've hit the appropriate level for us to tell you about your history.
It's maybe it's because I'm 30 now. I don't know. Or she's just, on the way out and she's like, maybe I should tell someone before I pass. But either way, I'm like, yay, family secrets and bonding time with grandma. Because the only story I know is my mom was like, yep, they told us we were going swimming with our cousins, and the next thing we knew, there were a bunch of guys and boats, and we were on a boat and we were on our way to Canada. And that was it.
Your ancestors was wild.
I mean, they had to get out, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
And didn't want to tell the kids. So they were like, have a nice time. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Bye for real now. Go to a different country.
Ryan, no.
They run fast enough and in the wrong direction. Well, I don't know my north from south either, so that I think
we discovered that last night, but neither one of us at that point failed our check.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
I mean, who does know that? I'm not a Boy Scout. When am I ever going to need that? I have an iPhone. It has a compass.
We had to pull up the iPhone.
Yes.
I wouldn't know a North Star from a South Star. Is there even a South Star? No, I don't even know.
There's Southern Cross.
There must be, yeah. There must be stars of the South.
Oh, see, this is why I don't want to go into my DNA, because it's just gonna make me tell some really off-color jokes.
I mean, isn't that happening already?
I mean, true. Like... I mean, they can only hate you once.
Then you can back it up with DNA results.
No, that's a saying. It's gallows humor. Oh, wow.
It's literally gallows humor.
God damn it.
Anyways. TTRPGs, everybody.
Oh my god, I love how uncomfortable I'm making y'all right now.
Anita did say on the break, they said, we do use an X card system. And I said, I don't really get uncomfortable with much, but I'll let you know if I do. So I'll let you know if I do. I am
getting ready to pull that card. Yes.
I'm just gonna start grabbing props from your desk. I'm just gonna start putting on a pair of glasses.
Mm-hmm. Stop touching my things. All right, so
wow, those are a lot of glasses. Are those all functional glasses?
No. I play a lot of characters.
Huh. With glasses.
Yeah.
Why do you think you play so many characters with glasses?
Wow, this is because I got bags under my eyes because I have night terrors and I don't sleep.
Oh, not what I was expecting that answer to be. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Nope, I got trauma. Anyways. Oh.
Wow. How many is that now?
I don't know. Why are you putting on all of my glasses?
It's to distract from the uncomfortability of the conversation at hand.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now we have come to glasses.
Fist of the North Star implies that there is a fist of the South Star.
Sounds legit.
You fucking weird.
Oh,
I think now we have actually, since I've made Anita so wonderfully uncomfortable, we should talk about somebody else that makes people uncomfortable, and that is that guy.
That guy.
If you've been in the tabletop community for long enough, you've probably had the unfortunate pleasure of sitting at a table with that guy, which is a black hole of fun at the table. Somebody, if they were yeeted into the sun, your enjoyment would improve 100-fold. So, Lily, have you been at a table with that guy?
Trying to think. Again, this is one of the questions you primed me for. I just realized that I had the whole conversation with my husband, but I didn't meet Google Chat. So if any of you were confused by the captions of what was happening there, now you know that a dog chewed up one of his D&D books. Anyways, so that guy. Okay, so to me, I can distinctly picture that guys. And to me, that guy, I haven't had anyone who's like an outright like asshole, you know, like I haven't had like that guy, luckily. But I have had a few that like, I guess the thing that gets me about them is just the lack of respect to timing and pacing. And so I mean that twofold. One, the DMGMs that go for way like this session stretches into like 6-8 hours, not on purpose, but just because they can't keep the story going or don't know how to like pick up the pace, you know? Like if you're planning for a 6 or 8 hour game, that's fine. But like when people are here and it's like midnight and you're live streaming and you're like, I just need this to be over so I can go to bed and pick up my kids in the morning. Like what is happening? So that always gets me. And then like, just, yeah, in terms of like story pacing, I respect the GMs that know how to just keep the action going, keep it fresh, keep it going. Because yeah, sometimes those guys, and it's usually a combination, they don't have the pacing of the story, and so like the whole actual thing goes way longer than it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So those are that guys for me.
That's a good that guy. I don't think we've had that one yet.
Ooh.
What the fuck do we call that?
The time hoarder?
I was gonna say the time blind. No, that's ableist.
The bad timing. Baddie.
Yeah. The off-timers?
Off-timers? Also, I don't know. I've played with plenty of experienced GMs, Brushmen, who have the time suck.
I like time suck.
I have played with plenty of experienced GMs that have had no sense of timing as far as the games go. And I know from experience, like running my own games, I have a problem bringing it over the 2-hour mark because like my brain can only commit so much time to a session. So when I pace things out, I pace it out like a 2-hour movie. So I make sure that at like the midpoint break, there is a reversal of fortune that can lead into the break. And then we can come out of the break and then we can go to a conclusion or some sort of jumping off point for either the next session or for other things like that. But
see, I am guilty of this. However, I like to make sure that I privately DM each player, like, "Hey, are you good to keep going, or like you have to cut?" And if one person say they have to cut, then I land the plane. But like you know,
exactly respectful of people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, because we all want to play all the time, but motherfuckers got shit to do. So yeah, I like the time suck. That is a good name.
Thank you for that roll for Felicity.
Oh, you got one more? Hell yeah, let's go.
I have one more that I thought of as well. That guy who invites me to his stream just because he went through a list of POC, like TTRPG players, and I'm like the Asian girl because I fulfill 2 diversity requirements. So I am the only one at that table that is not a white man. And it's very obvious. And it's I know why you brought me here.
The checkbox.
Queer Asian woman. Done. Ding. Don't need to look outside my circle for anyone else.
You know, I kind of want, like, right now, people are becoming more cognizant of like the all white people games. And they're like, people are trying to put the kibosh on that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for people to start doing the same thing for the one diversity game, which is the one person that's holding up all the diversity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because one POC, one queer person, that's not representation. That is the checklist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I very much feel that.
We need to stop praising streams that do the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, you found me, so you know that there are others out there. I mean, like, yeah, sure, you want to play a game with like your best buddies. Then I posit to you the question, why are you streaming? Like, what, like, if it's about just like, I don't know. I don't know. I could go into a whole thing, but I won't.
I could go at length, and I will. I will go at length.
It's just like, you know that we're here. You know you could ask more people, but you are making a choice for whatever the reason of your choice to only diversify your table with one specific person, and that is a choice.
Go ahead.
As the white queer femme with dyed hair, I am not diversity. I'm saying that right now.
I'm dangerously close to saying something that I shouldn't say, so I'm not gonna.
Still more diversity than like a straight white guy, you know? Just saying.
I will say this. If you are a stream with an all-white cast and one person holding up that entire diversity pillar for you, we demand that you pay them more. I'm just putting it out there. They deserve more money.
Are you but here's the question, are they actually getting paid?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing.
I'm not gonna name names, but that stream that I was on, I had to sign a 3-year contract for that stream, which promised money someday. I did not hold up that 3-year commitment. No.
Yeah, that is unheard of. Yeah. The promise to pay thing is something else that needs to be.
If you know that your stream cannot support or cannot pay for people, be upfront about it.
Yes. I like to hire freelancers. And sometimes I need to promise them to pay, but I will always pay them something to show that I can continue paying them. You know, I got to put a down payment on that trust because this is a creator I haven't worked with before. I don't know them from ends or odds, and their work is valuable and their work deserves money. And if I have the money to pay them later, I will find the money to pay them now to show them that I believe in them and their work. And that is the LiliSparx guarantee. Pow.
The finger guns really sold it for me.
Thank you.
I love this guarantee.
Finger guns, not guns.
Kappa.
No, you're gonna have to unlearn that if you're gonna be an American.
No.
No,
Keeps will be like, we're so diverse. We're all queer and neurodiverse. Yeah, but you're all white though. You're right though.
It's really like, where does diversity come from? It comes from not having the privilege, you know? It's that whole side of the not privileged table. And then there is a very small sector of the privileged table, which is why they need more of the other side of the table, because we're all outnumbering them.
You know, I don't know how this happened or where this came from, but we need to stop letting white folks define what diversity is. I think that's the problem right there. Like, I can't tell you how many organizations, how many channels, how many teams, stream teams, and everything where like the head of diversity is a white chick. What?
Where this comes from is the already institutionalized racism that we are seeing from the ground up. That's where it comes from and continues to go. Wee. But it's getting better.
It is getting better.
more people of color are like, wait a second.
Hold on a minute.
You're not my supervisor. I'm gonna make my own company with my own diversity.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then-
I just it is a lot.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the scene itself is maturing. I think we're gonna get to a place soon where we're more transparent about everything. Like, I think we have to start growing up in how we talk about money in particular.
Mhm.
Because none of us are used to making money either in the
Yeah.
TTRPG space, you know?
No.
We're like, wait, you want to pay me to do the thing? I don't know. I guess give me like $5. That's good, right?
Right.
I've literally been that person.
I mean, because we can't keep having all these channels running all these games and expecting people to do work and not paying. Like, we have to grow up past that at some point. And and that's something that we need to learn as well. So it's just, I think that if you want to run something like that, there is a responsibility inherent on the people running these organizations, these stream teams, these channels, to figure out a way to compensate the people that are donating or giving their time and effort.
Because it is a lot of time and effort. Like,
yes.
A game typically lasts 2 to 4 hours. That's a solid chunk of time, at least minimum, you know? So yeah, I hear you. And it's also the struggle as to why it's hard, I think. Please take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm not a streamer, but it seems to me as though it is difficult to get a TTRPG stream to be like really popular in terms of like numbers, right? Because
it is a struggle.
One pillar, and that pillar takes up so many hours of watch time, and people just can't watch. Like, there's not enough time in a week. Like, a full-time job is 40 hours. If you were watching 10 TTRPG streams and they're all 4, that's like a full-time job. And so the time goes to the pillar, and then everything else just kind of gets spread out across the rest.
I think my counter for that argument would be, though, that we have seen enough channels kind of figure out how to do it to a certain extent. I know friends who roll dice make sure that they have their cast paid. I know that Transplaner make sure that they have their cast paid. Like, it requires a certain level of work, like, building up the Patreon, building up the community, going out and finding sponsors, doing the extra work. And I think that at some point is going to become the standard of running a TTRPG stream channel, and it should be the standard.
Absolutely. Pay people for the things they do.
Yeah, so
sounds like good policy when you can manage it.
If you can manage it, it's hard work.
It is.
Grind.
Yeah, it's hard work for sure, but I mean, anything worth doing, it's worth doing, you know.
And there also just isn't a ton of like, official channels to like learn marketing, because that's really what it comes down to. One thing I've noticed about dice makers recently, I don't know if they're talking to each other, they probably are, but like impeccable marketing strategies dice makers have, like the top ones, because it's not just about the product, it's about everything that comes with the product and everything else that you do to uphold it. And there just isn't a ton of like, there's a lot of people making cool stuff and doing sweet things in TTRPG, but there isn't really anyone who's like, hey, TTRPG community, here's marketing, let me teach you about it.
Yeah.
Which I guess sounds like something maybe I could do, but I'm not going to. So I should, but I'm tired. Maybe later.
No, I feel that.
Someday, but not to this one.
It will not be this day. Well, Lily, I've got just one last question for you today. And then I think we're at a good time to start landing the plane, because I don't know about you, but I could use a breakfast sandwich with some fucking jelly on it.
Let me check this Twitter poll results. I'm winning again. You are winning by a lot, actually.
Yeah. USA.
I am shocked.
I'm not that shocked.
Not that shocked.
I don't look. Oh my God, it's 62.5% to
I know.
37.5%.
I feel foolish. Out of 72 votes, no less. I concede.
Yes, this has been
Well, we still
three.
have 22 hours.
Yeah.
This has been 3 polls on this. 2 in my favor and 1 skewed by Canadian bullshit. But
You mean moose shit there, bud.
Oh my God. But here is my last question.
All right, hit me.
If you could create a brand new property or IP, all your own, what would it be? And if you could remove an existing IP and your new IP would become as big as the one you're replacing, which IP would you get rid of?
This is such a hard question.
It is.
So I said the thing when I was God Empress, right? About the diverse stream that's as big as Critical Role. I guess, I mean, Critical Role is important for so many people, but sorry, Critical Role, we're bringing in...
keep in mind, there are a lot of other IPs out there. Some might be considered bigger than Critical Role.
Like Wizards of the Coast, like take down Wizards of the Coast,
or like Star Wars or Star Trek, or
outside of TTRPGs,
the NFL, or
damn,
or a certain wizarding property.
Okay, I feel like I know the answer to this question, but I just have to okay.
Got you under pressure.
I wish that this Expanse series would, I have to say this quietly because my husband will get mad, will take over the Star Wars series, because the Expanse is... I heard footsteps outside the door. I thought he was about to come in and yell at me. I'm okay. The Expanse is such a good, really, really good, realistic, sci-fi world. And I wish that it was at the popularity of Star Wars, because it is phenomenal. And I mean, the show has problems. I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about the book series, the actual story of the Expanse is so freaking good. And I'm also going to add to the list of people I want to play TTRPGs with, because I literally looked up this guy before to see if he played TTRPGs, but the narrator who reads the Expanse on Audible is the best voice actor I have ever heard in my entire life, because he plays probably 50 plus characters in that entire series, and it's a different voice every single time, a different personality. It's phenomenal to listen to. So the Expanse is so fucking good.
So
Jefferson Mays?
Yes, Jefferson Mays.
The Expanse is going to take over Star Wars. You know what?
Top sci-fi series.
I like that answer.
It's a good answer.
That answer.
Good answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming to my Tran talk.
I think on that note, we're gonna start winding down and saying our goodbyes to everybody. That's a good note.
Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for coming. Fun. This was fucking fantastic.
Good times. Good times.
So I have been one of your hosts, Noir. You can find me all over the internet as TheNoirEnigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Later on, you can find me over on Roll For It, where we're playing the Good Society game, and I'm playing Lord Victor alongside some pretty cool folks. So come check it out. Anita.
Hi, I'm Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses across the internet, so you can find me everywhere under those two identities. And I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space, and maybe consultant on occasion. If you want to hit me up for, I don't know, advice on how to run your games, I can help with that. But yeah, you can find me here most times, Tuesdays for our Wanderhome campaign, Fridays for my Star Trek game, The Lost Frontier. And other than that, you can also maybe find me over on Kira858's channel for our Myths, Light and Shadow, which is a D&D 5e game. And this weekend, on Sunday, before that, you can find me over on the Onyx Paths channel for a game of a Squeaks one-shot. We're gonna be playing some cute little mouse folk in Pugmire, doing some mousy things. But that is me. Lily, where can folks find you?
I guess on Twitter and well, actually kind of nowhere right now. Well, you have to request to follow. I don't know how a private account works. All my pages are private right now because I talk too much about weed and I have a green card interview next week. So you can usually, I guess, find me on Instagram and Twitter at LiliSparx. Also, I have a web novel. I'll give you the link, Anita, if you want to put it in chat. I write a web novel. Yeah. It's a complicated gay love story. So if you want to check it out, that's there. And you'll see me around in September, October on something. That's all. Oh, find me at Magpie too. If you want to play games with me, you can. I'm not running games. You also can't find me at Magpie this month because I'm not running games this month. But I'll see you in July.
But I will say that I'm gonna throw the link to your. Do not perceive. I'll throw the link to your curated play page in chat as well. So if folks wanna play in a game with you,
I have games again.
When you have games again. Yeah. You can hit folks up there when you have time slots that are compatible. But yeah, we're gonna go on a raid.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. We will bother you again soon, most likely in July, because I want to see what you're doing. What are you doing? What's that thing you can't talk about? I want to know all the answers.
I hope I can talk about it by then because I'm so bad at keeping secrets, obviously.
But we're going to send our love over to Nomadic because they're actually having their Gnome Brew 2-year anniversary stream is happening today. So we're going to go send some love over to Gnome and Eris. But that's been our show, everybody. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And Lily, thank you for stopping by and chatting with us. But until next time, everybody,
Smoke weed every day. Sorry, wrong thing.
I mean, smoke weed every day and the ritual has concluded. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.